The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited.
Shalom, everyone. First off, I want to make sure that everyone can hear me. I want to make sure that everyone can hear me first, because I'm working with a new computer and a new updated version of this situation here. Can you say Khan if you can hear me? Say Khan if you can hear me. Yes, hit that like button. You know, y'all know the Holy Spirit is going to go in, right? Khan, say Khan. Let me get a little bit more Khan, loud and clear. That's what I'm talking about. I'm drinking this little tea, and I'm going to take my time drinking this tea so I don't burn my tongue. And y'all be seeing your elder go crazy. Y'all know I'm already country. I'm from Louisiana and Texas, so. Y'all see what I'm rocking tonight. You got to get your own. Y'all see what I'm rocking? I mean, my chair a little low, so let me see here. Y'all see what I'm rocking at? No stress, stay blessed, get your mind right. You know what I'm talking about? That's how we say it in the South. We don't say know what I am talking about unless we're in college, unless we're going in the corporate sector. But when we're among the brethren, you know, Israel makes their own language. So, once again, no stress, stay blessed, and get your mind right. You know what I'm talking about? You see that king right there, and obviously you know that we have the shirts for the sisters, and these are not my shirts. This is the one and only Deacon Malak, and as you see, you already know I'm repping the Lion Born, trying to make sure my hat ain't crooked. Got to make sure it's, got to make sure that thing is right because they match. So I had to put this out there because Malak is all day busy making shirts now. So you understand. You already know. Let me tell you, we about blinging. Oh man, the gold-back gorilla. Yeah, you know how Malak like to do it. Malak take an hour to take a shower, and I'm talking about literal. If you know Malak, he definitely, when he found out he was Levi, I was like confirmed. I'm like, boy, this boy gonna use up all the water. You know what I'm saying? He get clean just like the priest. So anything he do, he been like this since a little kid though. He's getting dressed, and you like, where you going? I used to be like, where you going, bro? He like, don't matter, bro. What you? You know what I mean? So the gold-back gorillas is in the house. The lion. See, I'm about the boys in the jungle. The lion. You see, of Zion, the Lion of Judah. You understand? Yeah. So, man, listen. I was having a little allergies, but and I got a few things. Some things sometimes work when you was young taking these vaccines. Some things don't. You got to get all the heavy metals out you, and it's a process. It'll take years when you got some of those vaccines when you were young. So today I got Bishop Cordar from Philly, Bishop Amat's father. I got that good old, that full health. You understand? So I don't know if you want me to put it out there yet as far as the orders, but I'm gonna ask him if you listening, Bishop, if you're ready, I'm gonna put it out there. If you're not, I'm not gonna put it out there just yet. I have to get the green light first. But man, let me tell you, that thing make my throat. It numbs it instantly. Got the good old thing that when I first came into the truth, Elder Rawchaa was teaching us about something we had never heard of called colloidal silver. I've been taking colloidal silver, colloidal gold for years. But I'm going to start getting it from my brother. He has a colloidal silver and also the nano silver. You know, I spray that thing in my eyes too. Y'all probably going to think I'm crazy. My eyes itch or something. My eyes hurt. We get money. Spray it. Yeah. You know, we do it all. See? And you can do that. A lot of people don't know that you can spray these nanoparticles of silver and gold in your eyes and certain things, but you got to do your own research. I've been dealing with this for a long time, and it instantly helps. As you also see me, I drink out of silver cups. You let that thing sit in your silver for 30 minutes, and you're going to have you some silver water. And if they talk about converting the Texas money over to gold or silver, I said, listen, I'm not going to just put this thing in the cabinet. I'm going to be using it. And if I need some money from it, I got it to melt down and give you some bread. Just like the lesson is talking about today. You understand? You still thinking? Or are you ready to take action? What you thinking about? Yeah, man. So we're in some crazy times right now. And today I said that I would answer a few questions today from last week or whatever questions that we may possibly have. Man, that thing got me feeling good instantly. And it's something, it's very similar. Like silver has its own little health benefits, and then you have something like lactobacillus. Believe it or not, you can put that thing everywhere. You understand, and it'll have you right. And that's like I said, that's like the most high. They call things nano. But that's like the most high little microorganisms that take care of you. So anyway, man, I'm happy you understand to be here today. Sorry for me coming on a little late because I had like I said, I have a new Mac. I've never had a Mac laptop. I have a Mac Mini that I've had for years. I've had iPhones, and for people who transition over, it can be a little technical. I have a beautiful gaming laptop right here, but we do video editing for my children's cartoon and music videos, and we do music. So we just had to have a few backups. I got another computer, another laptop just for the net. I got another, as you know, my Mac Mini is for my studio. So it's just a lot of new stuff going on at one time. As we continue to build G.O.C.C. Media, I want you guys to look out for the interview that I have with Deacon Quadam. And we got some surprises with that to come along, and we will be doing this with other people who do music, singers and rappers. But I will reach out to you, and if I just happen to not know you or see you, then yes, obviously you can send an email to elderrawchaa@gmail.com. But obviously I'm going to make sure that you are in good standing with the elders. I personally don't care about a person just because they have talent. You see, lots of Hebrews, I acknowledge the talent of the Most High, but so many have came in with talent and have fallen off. So like those seeds that's that's planted on stony ground. So I personally can care less. There's always going to be another Israelite with some talent. Shalom, Elder, did you hear the brother's song that does a Born of Levi on Thursdays? I did not. I was not able to hear that. You have to send it to me. Man, I've been swamped with work. I got some new goats. So I've been swamped with work, swamped with church work, swamped with key supplements. And but please, email me the song so I can check it out, because he plays some good quality music on his show. And that brother himself is a good musician, great musician, and a humble brother. So make sure you guys subscribe to G.O.C.C. Media. I don't want to have to tell y'all to keep subscribing. You understand? Do we have to stone you to death to tell you to subscribe to G.O.C.C. Media? This supports the whole work. It supports the whole work. Get A Gathering and A Gathering 144 in this. Maybe it's some people who used to be with the church who just, like what Dom said, who just never unsubscribe. But we need the help to drive the traffic to this page, to Elder Rawchaa, Born of Levi. You understand, my page itself. You understand. We need it. We need all the help we can get to continue to. And that's why this show said, you still thinking? Or are you taking action? Which one is it? Which one is it? In your own life? In your husband and wife life? In your parents' life? In the job life? Starting your new business? That's what this show is about today. And you seeing the times that's ahead? Or you still thinking after all of the information that we're getting? Or are you taking action? You see, Christ said, he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. Shall we endure only in our minds sitting down? Or are we going to think about what he says, ponder upon what he's saying, and then get counsel, pray upon it, fast, whatever we need to do, and then take a course of action? That's what this show is about today. Too many thinkers. Also, too many chiefs and not Indians, but we didn't beat, I know we didn't beat that thing up. We didn't beat that to a pulp. Too many chiefs and not Indians. I have people still watching the old lessons of men like Abraham and all these things. They need to go back and watch these lessons if they want to understand. We don't need too many chiefs. Those chiefs are called by the Most High, and we will know who they are. We're already going to know who they are through their works. Make your light shine. We already know that, right? So anyway, it's a lot going on right now. This thing with Donald Trump. As we know, I talked about it last week. I wanted to show a few things, but you guys probably have already saw that news. Donald Trump was even at the UFC fight of Israel Adesanya. and after that brother ended up winning, because that brother, he had me going for a second. He had the French tip nails on with the pearls. I'm like, Israel Adesanya, how are you going to bear the name of Israel and you're wearing pearls and French tips, brother? What's going on? Is Monster Drink making you wear that? Or is that something you're doing? Or is this a new generation rock star thing? I'm just totally confused by that. Because the brother got serious hands. And that was a serious fight. So it just had me confused. And I just think our brothers need to be a little bit more humble. Like the old school fighters of Tyson, and Holyfield, and all of the old fighters. More humble, more training, not worrying about social media. Deontay Wilder, till this day, he still didn't beat Fury 3 times. Do they need to give you a 4th one? Even if they gave you a 4th one and you beat him, brother, I'm sorry, I don't need to see that. I love you, but all that yelling and hollering is a waste of time. Stay off of social media and go train. And by the way, get you a new trainer, because it ain't working out. I don't care how cool you are with someone. If that's not effective enough, cool don't matter. You need to be effective, because you acting like you fighting for the people, but you getting your tail knocked out. What's up with all the brothers getting knocked out today by Esau? I'm like, what is going on? Not that any nation don't have strong and mighty men, but let me tell you, we, no disrespect, but we's a trash any nation. But the cockiness and the Most High is showing them like, hey, I'm not really representing anyone anymore unless they're on my side. That's what I see now. These cats worshiping all these African gods, and you got the Israel Adesanya. He got the the little Muslim, the little blue chain with the eye that they wear in Islam. He's wearing that too. I'm like, man, Father, what is going on with the men and the brothers and sisters today? I mean, Esau trashing cats today, and Esau is known for hitting you from afar. Not with these. It's like, man, what is going on? Whew, you couldn't get us off of the nations back in the day. Humility is lacking. Humility. I'm just keeping it real. This is not no cocky thing. I'm telling you only what I saw with my own eyes growing up. I never saw, not that I never saw Esau knocking out Jake. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying a majority of us, when it comes to these, it's like, it's no holds barred. But now it's like, you get on that thing, you got Usman. I'm going to have to start calling Kamaru Usman Kamaru Bruiseman. He's bruised up now because he went around with his Nigerian big, I'm talking about this dude, 250. And that's how they take size don't matter. Because David showed you size don't matter by being a humble man worshiping in the Most High. See, size matters if you use it for the Most High. But the Most High told you that the giants was clowns. They was fools. They got that thing called Clash of the Titans where he had them destroy each other. So let me tell you, size matters if you're going to use it for the Father. But if not, you're just going to be a clown. And you'll see some skinny dude come up and bow, just knock you out. And that's the thing that we're lacking as a people, humility, man. Like, it's just really sad. I mean, Kamaru Bruceman, excuse me. No disrespect, my brother, I love you. But put that African guy down and come back to Israel. Y'all know in Nigeria, Igbo means Hebrew. You see, a lot of Nigerians know we're Hebrews and they just step over it as if it's nothing. I've talked to hundreds of them already. They've been knowing. A lot of them have been knowing. And they didn't even tell us. I'm just keeping it real with you, especially the ones who stay over there. They've been knowing. But I mean, really, I'm not being too hard on them because our people, some of them heard and still over here didn't follow. But what I'm saying is, I talk to so many, they say, oh, yes, I know him. And they think that that's enough. So, yeah, Kamaru Usman, and this show is not going to be about fights today, but I'm saying our black brothers need to humble themselves. Judah, you need to humble yourself under the Most High. You and your 6'5", 6'6", 250, 300 plus pound brother, he got knocked out by Esau. And you know what? He was rolling through social media. They talking about how much money they have, and they think that that's going to win the fight. Social media post. No, brother. Be like Tyson. Tyson tell you the real. Go train and be humble. He said, no matter how much talent that a man has, if you're not disciplined, you're nothing. Straight out. If you're not disciplined, you nothing. You think just because you black. Let me tell you, Esau showing you just because you black, that don't matter no more. You got these chicks on Instagram showing you just because you black and you was blessed with a nice body. They are now getting that same nice body. Through works. They like you getting it and you want to let it turn out of shape or whatever the case may be, or you're staying in your depression from the things that happen in life, or nobody cares about that. I made a post today on Facebook. After the tears, we still have to face our fears. Straight out. We still have to face reality. So we need to always work at trying to be the best version of us, simultaneously staying humble. Because I have to call, no disrespect, Kamaru Usman for being cocky, Bruceman. And you know why I'm saying, like, Elder, why would you say that to your own brother? You know why? Because I hate cockiness. And this brother gonna say, you can bring your mama, you can bring this person, you can bring Jesus. When he said that, that's when the brother messed up. Brother, do you know that Christ is for you and coming back to rescue your people? Why would you say you can bring Jesus as if you're going to put the hands on Jesus? That's where you messed up. He was allowing you to win and get your glory when you were humble. Kamaru Usman got knocked out by that other Benjamite brother who's humble. I think the brother's from the UK, but he's a humble UFC fighter. And he's actually humble. Kamaru Usman got caught up in the win. Don't ever get caught up in your win, brother. Because the Most High always got somebody to humble any of us, period. Okay, so that's the thing that our people have to remember. Okay, this show is not about that, but I had to throw that out there. Like, listen, man, what is going on in this new age? The thing of, painting the nails. And I know some fighters say, well, we paint the nails so our nails don't break. Yeah, I get that. What's up with the French tips? Because you took it to from clear polish. If you saying that, because I don't wear no polish, but I'm saying if you saying that, where did the French tips come in? Where the pearls come in? So I pray that our brothers, man, they wake up. I pray that they wake up, man. But outside of that, we're going to be showing a few things that we did on the ranch, in the garden today, because lots of people have been asking me in Passover. They've been asking me in Passover. They've been asking me outside of Passover. They've been asking me to do how-tos. And guess what? I'm going to be doing some how-tos. We're getting ready to get into that private. I know I've been saying it, but check it. I've been doing everything I said. So it's coming. We had to get the new technology and the new lighting and everything. So we're working and we're slow to getting there. because we're busy at the same time trying to build. See, over here, we're not still thinking. I don't allow as Houston, I don't allow the Church of Houston to just keep thinking. We have to take action. See, the time is clicking. Inflation is at an all-time high, right? Inflation is at an all-time high. Right? The gas is up. The food is up. The weather. Baruch said it, that everything will be happening all at once to wear out the saints of the Most High. You see? So we're going to go into Ezra's. I'm going to take my hat off. We're going to go to Ezra's. I'm going to take my hat up to the Most High. And we're going to go into Ezra's. But we're going to show some things that I've personally been doing. And I also want to put something out there for a brother that's with the G.O.C.C media before I forget. A good brother. Let me tell you, you hug this brother, that brother feel like an ox for real. I know I'm in shape. I know I'm stronger than the average man, but that brother feel like an ox for real. And I don't know what it is about these country babies. Let me tell you. That boy, you hug that boy, he feel like a whole house. Brother Palau from Louisiana. Brother Palau. If I got to go to war, I have to call Brother Palau from Louisiana because I know he going to run through a whole football team by himself. I know for sure. I know. I can feel it when I hug somebody. I'm like, brother, let me tell you, he's the brother with Maccabee Security. That's his company, Maccabee Security. And oh my goodness. You talk about Judah Gorilla. Who want to feel it? I don't think nobody want to feel it. Because I don't think you're going to come back from it. I'm just keeping it real. I felt like I was hugging 300-pound men who work out. Something about them country boys. I tell you, boy. Let me tell you. What you eating down there, Palau? So, I'm going to put his, he sells now. He's with the G.O.C.C network. I like to represent the people who represent and show love to us. Okay, my brother is now selling tactical gear and equipment. Let me type it in so I won't get it wrong. One second here. And if I forget you, if you ask me something, know that I'm busy and I don't mean it. Okay. So, MaccabeeSecurity.com. Let me see if I can go there as well. Really quick. Let me see if I can work this thing out. Let me see if I can work this thing out without it messing up. You understand. Hold on here. Yeah. Let me see. 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Whoa. Boy, Apple is something else. How did you just pick it up? Lord have mercy. How did it just pick it up? Oh, my goodness. One moment, guys. Let me get this thing right. Get it right really quick. So, I just got to show my brother some love. He asked me to show him some love. He's a true brother. He is a rider. All that. Okay. 1 second here. Let me see if I can scroll down. I'm just showing you a little bit. All right. Multi-phase security company specializing in personal. I don't want to mess my hold up. Let me see. I'm trying not to mess my little screen up here. What's going on? 1 second, guys. Yeah, I know Elder get frustrated with this stuff. Okay, here we go. All right, there we go. So y'all check this website out here. Y'all check this website out. Where's some of the gear he's selling down here? I know I seen it earlier when I was on the phone there. Shop. I'm proud of my brothers. Listen, that's what this show is about. Take action. take action. You still thinking? What you still thinking about it? Why? Listen, why you still thinking people are working? You know how we used to want to try to play a sports or get to the NBA, and we was like, why they sleeping? I'm working. You remember them old sayings? We need to keep that in Christ. See, my brother got the trauma kit. See, he got the medical kits, and let me tell you, I'm gonna be buying from here. He got the Biofang radios. See, you got to go to Amazon no more. EDC survival bag, the Pulse holster. See, yeah, holla at you, Judah. Holla at you, Judah. Moving like a puma or a cougar. Holla at him. Okay. Look what my boy. You understand what I'm talking about? Let's go. Works. He got that put you on your back stuff. For when the sister's going out, they need a little protection. You see? Yeah. Let me fix that back. Let me fix that thing back there. 1 second, guys. There we go. Yeah. So, shout out to Brother Palau. He makes some good music too. You understand? Yeah. So shout out to Brother Palau, man. I'm proud of you, my brother. And we don't tell each other we're proud of each other enough or anymore from the old times. We don't give each other hugs. Now, I'll tell you something. There's some little debate going on about what's the brother's name who played in Rocky, the black brother. This picture that he have hugging another brother. I forget the brother's name. Oh man, yeah, I seen that link. So yeah, what's the brother's name? Y'all know that brother's name. He played in Wakanda, whatever movie, Black Panther. Listen, I'm messing all the names up. Elder, he's like, Elder just be messing all the names up. Yeah, Michael B. Jordan. See, I don't get into the rumors thing and all that, but I did see that picture. Now, personally, it looked a little too close. But at the same time, when people take pictures or screenshots, they don't sometimes tell the whole thing. So I'm going to leave it there for my brother. But let me tell you, we can't even show love to one another anymore. So if that picture is about somebody showing love, so be it, man. Like, we have to show love to one another. Okay? So I'm not here to say what they were doing in that picture, but I know when I go to places like Egypt and Africa, them Arab brothers be showing love to one another. Now in Saudi Arabia, they might show a little. In Dubai, they might show a little too much love. But showing love to the brother in the scripture says, greet the brother with a holy kiss. We all greet each other with a holy kiss in Houston. That's what the scripture says, because it drops a lot of pride. And the kiss is here. Obviously, it ain't we on LGBT now. We following Christ. A man drops his pride, and it's like we're afraid to love one another now. We want to just continue to do what Esau taught us to do, and that's compete. What are we competing for? And we should be competing against the devil's kingdom. They're looking at you like a customer. You need to be looking at them like a customer. So don't just try to market to the Hebrews only. Look at them as customers too. You see, I told y'all that story, how that person who had the little nail shop and hair and face shop came to my wife and said, hey, here's your card or whatever the case may be. And then she seen my daughter and she said, hey, how you doing? And I didn't know what she was going to say. She sounded like a nice East Indian. You going to be one of our future customers. Heck no, she ain't. Now that you put it that way, I'm like, you know what? You're going to be my future customer. KeySupplements.com. Get your mind right. I'm going to help you get your mind right. I got some anxiety formula over here. Because you're going to need some anxiety formula for what my God is about to do to this country and what he's going to do to your gods. So I got some anxiety formula ready for you, marketed specifically, not only to my people to help them, but I can also help you. And maybe, hopefully, that will help you come to Christ. But we're not going to continue to be your customers. Y'all still thinking and you're not taking action yet? They only see you as customers. They came over here. That's how they got rich, putting liquor stores and drug stores and Walmart and H-E-B and Costco and whatever market that you go to, Sam's. They are our customers now. We like the scripture says, it's time for us to start borrowing from the Egyptians before we get out of here. I'm not talking about committing illegal things, pulling scam stunts. We ain't talking about that. We're talking about educating ourselves to do the right thing, to master talents, to make them our customers. Just keeping it real. And there's nothing wrong with that. If it was something wrong with it, they should have not been doing it to us. We're buying all of their nails, their so-called weave. Let me tell you, we're buying everything that these people own. Why do you guys stay in the same slave mind to only market to your own people? You know your people cheap. You know a lot of your people, listen, we can barely get people to come and subscribe to G.O.C.C media. To press the like button. Matter of fact, press that like button. It's a reminder. And I know everyone does not mean to not press it. Sometimes I forget to press it. I say, oh, let me press it. My wife will remind me, husband, you press that like button. So I get it. We're not used to pressing the like button. But what I'm saying is let us start going out of our way for one another. And let us start to think how the Gentiles think. Let our children be able to run our family business. But we have to start a business first. And this is not racist. I'm okay being racist because I love my people. I don't mind them being racist. They should love their people. What's wrong with that? Segregation was the bad thing. That's just the reality of it. And at the same time, we're saying that we're not saying that we have hate towards any nation. They don't have, all of them don't have hate towards us when they're selling to us. Business is business. The Most High told us when we're leaving the wilderness, you can buy water from Esau. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. But what I'm saying is, we're the people trying to crawl out of the mud, trying to build. We do have the money because we made them rich. But obviously, we're still brainwashed to only buy from them, is what I'm saying. At that same time, we need to be marketing to them. We need some of that bread back. We need some of that bread back so we can put some butter on it, baby. I'm sorry to tell you. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're getting mad about what I'm saying, go on back to your little country. Because all nations have drunk the cup of the wine of Babylon. See? I'm just keeping it real. See, when you be real, they don't want to hear that. When you be real, let me tell you, I told a Babylonian, I'm going to call him what God called him, an East Indian the other day. I said, hey, sir, because I write my receipts off. I write my receipts off. Excuse me, sir, can you fix this receipt machine? And every time I go, I'm going to tell them. I'm like, you guys making all this money up in here, but you act like I can't fix the receipt machine. I told them it's a very inconvenience for me to have to continue to come in here when there's so much technology now to press the button. You know what this guy does? Oh man, well, I think some people press something or something. They try to, muddy the waters. Or put a gray area so they can't answer yes or no. This is how these people act. And they'll keep telling you the same answer and they'll never fix the receipt machine. When you want to go put some air in your tire, the dang on air thing does not even work at most of the gas stations. Y'all haven't paid attention to that? It's like y'all coming over here, y'all just want the gas money. We need some of that back. So when y'all think about that, don't forget, let me tell you, the Asians are master marketers. How about you make something specifically marketed to them? Not their gods, but hey, yeah, this is specifically for Asians. They might like this. Y'all never thought about that, did you? You so trying to market to your own people, not knowing half of your people are still trying to wake up there. So sometimes you have to learn how to be universal. We so Hebrew culture, which we should be and we will be. But understand what I'm saying about the Holy Spirit in Christ. These people are marketing to you, taking all of your money. And none of you can say they're not, because they're taking all of our money, because this is the way that the world is made now. But have we never thought about getting some of that money back in a legal way? Straight up. I'm not going to give you my ideas. I have my own ideas that I've already working on, and I have more to come. Not only to help benefit my people, and I am trying to help benefit these same Gentiles because I also want them to be healthy and come to Christ. But to be quite frank, I also want some of that money back because we're not getting 40 acres. We're not going to get a mule anytime soon. I need some of that stuff that when I was ignorant, I spent all my money with you guys. I need some of that back. Yeah. Straight like that. Go check that song out by Lion and King and Tazaba. Straight like that. See? Half of these cats, when you go say hi to them in the gas station anyway, they had a serious little East Indian face. Hello. It's like they're straight focused on their mission with their people and their God. They don't really actually care about us, a lot of them guys. I'm just being real with you. So the ones that come to Christ, we good. Because I know where you stand now. Other than that, let me tell you. I know how to make some of that food you've been selling our people. Would you like some? They're going to tell you no. You have to understand how these people work. You have to understand how these people work. They don't want to buy anything from you. They don't wear nails. They don't get their hair done unless they are trying to be like black people. I'm just keeping it real with you guys. Half of the garments that we're buying in their shop for Passover and all that, a lot of them don't even wear that. They wear like the worn down ones. They're taking that bread home though. So what I'm saying is we are always going to be a fly, magnificent, lovely, beautiful people. And they like that. But let us not forget the main thing of leaving legacy for us, our family, and our God. See? Yeah. So before I show some of these things, man, let's talk about a little bit about, let me see, can I find this anything on this link here? Let me see. Yeah, it's already coming up. Let me see here. So one second. One second here. So we have this this organization of countries here, which we should be, see how they're becoming one. They're becoming one, but we need to be becoming one. They're trying to make a one world government. We are supposed to be called to do what, guys, again? Being one body in Christ. A new world order. BRICS nations offer alternative to West. Let's see. Let's go here and see what they're talking about here. Let's go here. And this is for educational purposes only. Fair use. A new world order. BRICS nations offers alternative to Predictions about, so for those of you who don't know, well, first of all, this is late, but I am Elder Rawchaa. For those of you who may be new to the channel, Christian, Muslim, atheist, whoever you are, or new to this truth, I am Elder Rawchaa. Why does Elder have a hat on? Because I'm not reading the Bible yet. Okay, I'm not praying or reading the Bible. We're just reading articles, and we're showing brands. The people who are not still thinking. These people are not still thinking. These people are taking a course of action. See, we went to Maccabees. You understand? You got humble servants Homestead, with all of them goats and them sheep and them tasty vegetables. Yeah, these are people who are still not thinking anymore. You got Sister Kim Wiggins. She got me right with the chapstick. I seen you got some sheep over there too, Kim Wiggins. I'm giving shout outs of people who's taking action. I don't need to say myself. Y'all should have just named me Action. That should have been my name. Action. But anyway, man, all jokes aside, man. Shalom to all of the elders, the deacons, the officers, the kings, the queens, the princesses, and the princes out there, and the Gentiles who love Christ, because we love you too. But we will be real about our people, and we will be real about your people. If you don't like it, you in the wrong thing. You were in the wrong thing. And that's our people, and that's the Gentiles. We are being very respectful, but we have to be able to be real. When you read in the Old Testament and you read the New Testament, our people do not change unless you are real and telling the truth. I'll give you an example about that in a second. When we were street preaching out there the other day. So yeah, let's go back to this article here. Predictions about the BRICS countries as the fastest growing economies haven't quite panned out. Instead, the alliance is now offering a diplomatic forum and development financing outside of Western mainstream. There was an article about, if you don't know who BRICS are, okay, one second. if you don't know what BRICS stands for, it stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. And we have Egypt getting ready to possibly join, and a few other countries. Okay, they are actually working on their own coin. They have their own bank together since I think the year 2015. So as you guys are hearing the wars, the rumors of wars, you're seeing that the minorities have been switched from black people to Afghans to Ukrainians to all of these so-called refugees that were on the border. You're seeing the refugees, the minorities turn to LGB whoever because we have an algorithm. Okay, this is what's going on. All of the resources that was supposed to be, the incentives that were supposed to be coming to us are now being transitioned right up under our head, right up under our foot, right up under our noses while we sleep. Guess what? To these people, to the Gentiles, who already own the world. Every country is going to have poor, middle class, and rich. But in this country, our so-called country that we built, they seem to have forgotten about us because we didn't finish the discussion of black and white yet. After we jumped into segregation, let's get segregation and let's just give them what they want. Toss them this real quick. Let me tell you, you could toss them some hog maw. You could toss them some chitlins. They're going to take that. Let them come and sit down with white people. We got to sacrifice a few marriages and all that to let them coexist with us. And then we'll bring in all of these others. Let them think that they're equal with us. Really, the Jewish people was doing this. Also to Edom. So Edom also got played. At least the lower middle class Edom. See? And we did not finish discussion between black and white. Jacob and Esau. And they moved everybody in and they started to call them the minorities. This was the plan the whole time. As we see our brother Biden doing. Well, he's not my brother. Okay, but I'm just terminology there. So, yeah. And we have so-called brother Obama, who allowed this type of alternative lifestyle of transhumanism in the letter group in here. And we still have black people simple as the day is old, not understanding what's really going on with our brother. Our black brother. Yeah, this is what the black man, they gave you a phone. Oh, he gonna pay our bills. Oh, he gonna do the, yeah. We're still in the same position, if not worse. Look at what's going on now. Let me tell you, go try to buy you some eggs. Lord have mercy. What a time to have chickens. And you're going to see as we show you on the farm how important it is to have some of those things. Let's get back to our article here, though. Because we're not going to read the whole thing. I just really wanted to show you. Let's go down here. In 2014, with $50 billion around $46 billion in seed money, the BRICS nations launched a new development bank as an alternative to the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund. In addition, they created a liquidity mechanism called the Contingent Reserve Arrangement to support members struggling with payments. These offers were not only attractive to the BRICS nations themselves, but also to many other developing and emerging economies that had painful experiences with the IMF structural adjustments programs and austerity measures. This is why many countries said they might be interested in joining the BRICS group. Now check this out, guys. Well, let's finish really quick. The BRICS Bank is open to new members in 2021. Egypt, the United Arab Emirates, Uruguay, Bangladesh took up shares. However, these were much lower than the respective $10 billion investments made by the bank's founding members. Okay, set to expand. South African Foreign Minister Naledi Pandor has said the worldwide interest in BRICS group was huge. In March, she told television interviews that she had 12 letters from interested countries on her desk. Now, guys, do you really think that this is just about separating from the IMF? Let me tell you. This is all planned to bring us into what they call the one world order. Right? Yeah. They have conspired against us, as the scripture says. Right? In Psalms. They have conspired against the children of Israel, guys. Let me tell you. You're talking about two feathers of the same bird. Straight out. And we also have something here where many more countries. We seen a 1 second here. One second. Let me see if I can find this article here. Yeah, this is a new. Can you guys give me 1 second here? There we go. Give me one moment. There we go. There. Take that ad off. Fair use, educational purposes only. Texas proposes gold-backed digital currency. April 11, 2022. This is current news. Now we know that Texas is proposing also that they want to go separate from the United States of America, the corporation, altogether. At the end of the day, that's what the president is doing over a corporation. He's running this corporation, which is why they're saying China and I forget what other country are coming back to take land to take what they own in America. Because this is really a corporation, guys, at the end of the day. See, you have your workers, and this is a corporation. So it's our job to build Christ's kingdom. Give Caesar what is to Caesar. It's okay. Do what you have to do in Caesar's kingdom, and then transition that thing to God's kingdom. Like Christ said, what belongs to Caesar belongs to Caesar, but what belongs to the Most High belongs to the Most High, right? So, hey. And I'm going to tell you guys something else. Hope my hair ain't messed up. It ain't. Yeah. When is that? Anyway, this thing going in Ohio, man. There has been more news about more things tearing up that water there, guys. We are in a time where we possibly need to prepare finances, assets. If I got a little land here, maybe I need to get a little land there too, if I can afford it. See? Whatever the case may be. Everyone's not going to be able to do it. The Most High is going to take care of all of us anyway. But I'm talking about the able body and the able mind, the able finance-backed people. It's going to come a time where we have to start doing certain things. But right now we have a little time to stop thinking and take action. Okay? Real estate is becoming at an all-time high. Land that was once this, it's now this. Straight out. And there's still a lot of cheap land around. So we never move in haste or ants. But, or being antsy, but we need to start learning skills. As we know, we need to work on our finances and pull away from this matrix as much as possible. Those grocery stores shut down. Are you ready? We're bringing all this knowledge out, but who's really ready? We're asking people, how much food you got saved? They looking simple as the days old, can't even say anything. But they have all of the Western world image of the beast. Car, little nice little house, little nice little clothes. You can't eat clothes, brother and sister. You can't eat clothes. See? Let me tell you, as long as that car rolling, I don't care who, let me tell you, I'm not worried about what nobody let me tell you, I don't want to be a target of, we gonna jack him tomorrow. We following him home. We following him home the first time, but we not gonna pull up the first time. We're gonna follow home a second time. We're gonna see a pattern. We're not gonna we need to see is who lives around. Is it just women? Is it girls? We need to see if it's an easy taking or not. This is where things are going. You got people sitting at Walmart, sitting at Sam's, see who coming out with the most, seeing where you're driving home to. So sometimes you need to start taking a different route. Me and Malak always moved like chess players in real life. If I feel like somebody following, because you don't know, in Europe, they will actually run in your house. When times get bad, they're flying people from other countries, guys, in real life. They're flying people from other countries going to steal jewelry and things in the wintertime. Because out there in the wintertime is more, I mean, their life over there is more tourist type of lifestyle where they're getting money from tourists. But when that dies down, if there's no, tourism going on, they're flying people from different countries to come and rob you. And let me tell you, they are really doing this stuff. I slept with 2 machetes, straight out. We getting down, baby, before I leave. You understand me? So, hey, you guys have to think about this. And this is before all of this stuff is going on. That was just normal life over there. Esau over there getting down. I'm gonna tell you right now, they getting down with their hands over there. Okay, so, but on another note, these things are going on right now here. Human trafficking. See, people following you home. Before you know it, when they come back to pull up for real, they coming with 6 people, 8 people, 10 people, because really they're cowards. But they're coming with a little army to make sure they can get everything to split the spoil. And hopefully no one comes out of there hurt or raped. But I will be honest with you. Some videos I saw on Instagram, they still popping people, man. Like all the videos that I saw, and these are older videos. But even though the people gave up everything, guys, I'm going to be honest with you, they still killed them. Because a dead man tells no tales. See? So, all the worrying about social media of who has what and all that, we need to be putting certain things in priority and perspective. I'm putting this in perspective of the sisters who, you understand. Let me tell you, you have people even like Cardi B now, and I'm not saying these sisters coming to the truth, but they are also seeing what's going on. She was talking the other day about the pedophilia that came out, and I'm just sharing this for educational purposes. She was talking about that. They was telling the sister, who do you think you are to actually be able to say anything? And that's a whole nother argument. But I'm saying it's so much going on that everyone can see. It's people in our family seeing so much death going on still from this stuff here of people taking certain things in their arm and all that. They're seeing death and they're like, hold up. I think my brother or sister, my cousin or my uncle or my grandpa told me about this. I see this happening now. I thought that something was wrong with them, but people are just coming up dead from heart attacks and blood clots. Right? And so people can sound tough, but let me tell you, in real life, it's not as easy as you train. It's always a different story. You're basically preparing at the end of the day for the unexpected. The more you train, the better you will be off. The more you save in a famine, the more better you will be off of having food. See? And you have to be careful for weather too, how Esau thinks. So now you got to have a greenhouse. If they mess the food up here, I have a greenhouse. If they mess my water well up here, I got a rain watering system. We have to play chess with the devil. Start to see this clown and his moves. He's trying to cause chaos and trouble. See, we've been talking about family who's too lazy or irresponsible to deal with life insurance. Black people didn't know about it before and didn't really care about it. But now it's like, hey, when a husband is over a household and he's working hard for money, and your parents or your cousins or your uncles or your homeboys who's supposed to be down, they want to go do drugs, they want to live their life a certain way. When they're dead, they expect you guys to feel sorry and pay the money. Man, get up out of here with all that. We go. Let me tell you, we love you, but you really don't love yourself. So I'm not going broke for you. So how about we do this? And this is what black people need to start to do. Call your parents up, whoever you love dearest, even though they may not be perfect. We want to bury them in honor. We say, hey, let's get together and do a little insurance plan, because ain't nobody gonna take 10,000 from me and 20,000 from me and that person. It's not right. It's not fair. They wanted to do dirt. They wanted to do all of these evil things. When we kept telling them to, hey, this can happen, that can happen if you continue to do that. They want to party like it's 1999, and then when it's time, everyone's fighting against each other. The devil is waiting on all of these occasions for our families, guys. The devil is waiting for these occasions. So, well, who gonna pay for this? Who gonna do that? I've already seen this stuff go down. So we want to bury them in honor, but we don't want the devil to also take advantage of people who could possibly come to the truth as well. Israel don't want to be real. We want to hear the soft stuff and hope it don't get to the actual reality that it's going to get to, but it will get there. Everyone's promised to die. So if someone's living in sin in this day, they will not be left behind. So you better prepare yourself now. If you got somebody you love and you know they're gonna be looking at you, man, they say the burial is 10,000, 15,000. Cousin them don't got it. Before you know, you like, I ain't got it either. I've been saving mine for mine. Nobody told her or he or she or whatever to go over there and do all this crazy stuff, and we be trying to help this person the whole time. We actually been trying to tell them to get insurance. They still don't want insurance. Now it's on me. So men have to start to think over their households ahead of time, because it may not be your family member, men. It may be your wife's. You guys have to start thinking about all that. You like, I didn't sign up to be taking care of your uncle over there. I know you love your uncle, but uncle, all he wanted to do was get bent. All he wanted to do was smoke tweed all day. And I'm supposed to, you understand? But this is what I can do. Get your family together while he's alive and healthy. Call him up and have a family meeting if y'all still really love each other. Nobody love each other? What, I'm putting money up for people who don't love each other up? Anyway. Shoot. And then you want to bury him in style. He gone already. His 7 days is already here. I know Elder is cold-hearted. Elder is not cold-hearted. We start to really understand how our people don't even care about themselves, leaving burdens on your people. A father is supposed to leave money and wealth behind, or whatever he has, if it's not wealth, for his son. Women don't have to leave that behind. That's the father's job. Women by choice, if they want to do that because we come from broken homes somewhere. I tell my mom, I'm like, Mama, I don't need nothing, Mama. You ain't supposed to leave behind nothing. I want to make sure that if you don't have insurance, which my mama been covered. My mom never want to put a burden on her children because she know how that is. That's wrong. But I went to her, I'm like, listen, if me and my brothers got to put something together to make sure you got it, she like, nah, I'm good. I got something in case I pass, y'all can have. I'm like, Mama, I'm good. I'm a grown man. I didn't even actually come on this earth. If my daddy leave me something, he leave me something. If not, as a son, because you helped me, I'm making sure you good and straight ahead of time. Because the insurance gets more expensive if they're living a bad lifestyle. See? And in the military, I had an uncle. The military act like they finna bury you in style. What? They got that little nice casket. And after you go there, right, before they bury him, you say your words or whatever. Do you know what happens? Y'all probably don't know. Do you know what happens? They tell you got to go. In real life, they tell you have to go. They take him out of that nice one, put him in that wood box in the ground, and all that money, if you had to pay, y'all got to think about this. All that money, if you had to pay anything, somebody else is going in that joker. Straight out. So at the end of the day, that soul is gone. We want to give them a respectful burial like every man. But we don't want the drama that comes from the devil to separate the families more and more. The families act like they love each other all of a sudden. Man, you been my cousin such and such. Brother, I ain't talked to you in 10 years. Let's keep it real. I love you, but let's just keep it real. I do love you. But we ain't around each other. There's no family reunions going on anymore. But I do love you, but let's keep it real. I'm not finna be calling you up. You ain't finna be calling me up. We got our own lives now. Let me tell you, Israel don't want to keep it real. Israel does not want to keep it real. So we really need to pay attention to these type of things, guys. Y'all need to have these family talks. Or you're going to be trying to hit the church up. That burden is not for the church. That's for you and your family, period. It is. But I thought that's what the church is for. No, who said that? Do you know Christ said, let the dead bury the dead? He didn't say you can go bury your parents, but he's saying for people who were already double-minded, who will be unstable in all of their ways, as the scripture says, I need to go bury my parent. Let me tell you, brother, I know the mess that they have going in their family. You can come and follow me. You can chip some money in, or you can go pay your respects. But if you are really saying that you want to go do that, you know you don't even want to do that, or not trying to do that. You don't even have a relationship with that. You come and follow me, and basically you're not gonna get swallowed up by the devil and the mess that he's trying to bring to you and your family. I'm just telling you what Christ was really saying when he said that. He wasn't being cold-hearted. He knew what it's a different conversation than what they can write in the Bible, is what I'm saying. Okay? It's a whole different narrative than everything they can write in the Bible of what Christ knew about some of these people. No different than when he said, tell this brother that we wanted to have a disciple. There's already a conversation with this person before he told the disciples that. It was already planned out. So y'all think it's just something magic, like he should know that we're going to have the Passover at his house. Go and tell him. That's that Jesus mess. You see? No different than they trying to tell you about the virgin birth. No, they actually came together. So Christ actually did a real thing. So there was real situations that Christ was trying to explain to us. Like, listen, I'll tell you how deep it gets. Some people have insurance on people who's about to die, and you don't know. That could be your uncle, that could be your family member, but they're asking money from the family, but they already handled their insurance because they were their caretakers. And when you give that money, they're keeping that money. I done heard it all. You guys better get yourselves together. And I'm not saying no rumors. I'm stating facts that I know. You better get together with your family and start having family meetings and see what's about to happen. Real, who ain't gonna be around you in this time before it goes down. Because they'll be the same people to give you up or take you out because they know what you have. Tell them, hey, you might want to start saving food because what I have, I'm not saving for you because I can't. I work too hard to save this oil in my lamp. And Christ said already, don't give that oil from your lamp. Man, hold up. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, boy, hold up. I'm gonna read it here because I got some things open there before we go back into this article. I actually was supposed to read this last week, but this thing was frustrating me of not being on point here. 1 second, guys. If y'all can just give me 1 second. I'm finding that scripture here. 1 second. There you go. Matthew. I'm not gonna pull it up on the screen because I got some going on there, and I want to keep that the way it is. Matthew 25:1. Okay. Yeah, family is supposed to have serious talks and not leave it to the church. This is what's for Caesar is what's for Caesar. What's for the Most High is what's for the Most Highs. What's for your family is what's for your family. What's for the Most Highs is what's for the Most Highs. These people working to build the church of Christ. See what I'm saying? So, yeah. Matthew 25:1. It's not that the church does not help people. The church helps the saints. And if at all possible, if this was a good saint and they worked so hard and they just didn't have it, the church still comes out their way to do it. What we're saying is we cannot be overburdened with every little situation. That's impossible. Matthew 25:1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. That way you won't think this is just coming from Elder Rawchaa. Did you hear what Elder Rawchaa said? This is why the Pharisees was trying to come against Christ. This is why they were trying to come against him, because he's coming to bring real. He said the truth shall set you free. If I continue to do what the pastors are doing in these Christian churches, these false Christian churches, not the ones that are actually teaching truth, then our people won't wake up. Christ literally said, the truth shall set you free. We have to tell the truth, the reality, those things that may prick us or hurt us. Did God come and rescue you in every situation? You was poor and poverty when you was getting jumped? He didn't. Because he knew you're strong enough to get out of the situation. You're very resilient people. So don't expect the church or your friends or somebody's husband to come and save somebody in your family because they want to do some mess. Let me tell you, I believe our people as genuine as our people are, especially me. Let me tell you, if I was totally rich, anybody in my family, regardless of what they did wrong, I wouldn't make them to use me, but I literally be like, no, I got it. Because that's what a good ambassador, that's what a good saint does. That's what a peacemaker does. I literally would do that. If I literally could take care of it all, let me tell you, even people who's not in my family, I would do it. But the reality is Israel are in the curses. Israel is in broken homes. Israel is trying to rebuild to even understand who we are. That's why I'm saying all of this, guys. If we had it as a people, that's who we are. We would say, man, don't even worry about it. We're not looking down on nobody's sin or none of that. We all done been through it. There's no sin uncommon to man. But the reality is this. We understand that a lot of our people try to use usury to our people. And right now, I'm going to be honest, we're in a different time and we just don't have it all. We just don't have it all. So the last thing we can do is play around while the getting is good. The last thing we can do is play around while the getting is good. And some people think that they got another 20 years. Nah, baby. Y'all have this thing all wrong. You better think like you don't have tomorrow. You still thinking or are you taking action? Matthew 25 and 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. You got the same 5 people with the same opportunity. Same 5 people, no different than I'll be watching the planting sometimes where they'll overmulch certain trees. They put cardboard down and overmulch certain trees, and they planted both of these trees at the same time. They'll come back maybe a year later, and they'll see these trees over here doing great. And these trees who were planted at the same time with no mulch and the weeds took over, they looking light green and all that. So even in the plant world, this can happen. You see, if you take care of something ahead of time and while you have time, it's going to flourish later. You're going to reap what you're going to sow. If not, in the plant world, the weeds come, meaning you're overconsumed by everything else that's going on in this world. So in the plant world, you're overconsumed with weeds. When those trees or those plants are not overconsumed with weeds or busybodiness or mess or negativity, which would be the weeds, which is why Christ is always talking about planting in the vineyard and the gardens, then that plant thrives. Cut the weeds. Obviously, we understand when it talks about genetics and genealogy, Christ said, let the weeds grow with the tares, and he's going to separate that. We're not talking about genealogy right now. We're talking about life. Getting through Jacob's trouble right now. Right? Verse 3. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry. At midnight there was a cry made. Hey man, was it a fly or something going on? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like, sorry about that. Sorry. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil. Can we have some of your oil? Can we have some of that food that you didn't save like Joseph? Can we have some of that? You're supposed to be our family. How you just ain't gonna let us eat? How, when I'm saving my hard-earned money, that you're not gonna put in because you don't think it's that important? Every time I've been telling you to do that for you and your family. It's not my job to take care of you and your family. It's our job to stick together in hard times. But we all have separate families. The scripture says a man shall leave his mother and father to have his own wife. We all collectively are family, but let's be honest. On a regular basis, we all have individual responsibilities. Do you expect me, because we are all family, to pay your light bill when your light bill comes on? So why in the end times you would think that I would just give you my hard-earned savings of food? Does that even make any sense? Oh man, I got my car now. I need you to pay it. We family, man. What? Are you kidding me? So let me tell you, this is how we make offenses and start to think that we're right and let demons come in us and convince us that we're right in a time of trouble. Which is why people were eating their own babies, fighting over their own children. See? The line must be drawn now with conversation, respectful family conversation. Do you have life insurance? Do you have food saved? I'm letting you know with all due respect, I'm saving some for me and mine, but we did not save for you. We do not have enough for you. Right now, we're not making the finances to take care of you and us. So if you want to be around us in that time, there's a few things you need to do. Stop worshiping other gods. Stop eating certain things, because if you're doing that stuff too, we also can't have you around them, because that's going to plague us all. It is what it is. You can say all of these things in a very respectful manner, and you'll find out if they love you now or not. Obviously, some of them won't change some of those things, but at least they could do is save their own food. And I'm not saying I won't save or help my family. Of course I will. But one thing I want to allow around me is you just still coming to sin and fornicate, commit adultery, steal. And before you know it, you're trying to commit some adultery on my daughters and my family. And the reality is I will kill you. Don't you play with me. Straight out. When it comes to where the government has no more rule, law, and order, the law of God comes back in order. Straight out. I'm going to protect what's mine because I have a right by God to do such a thing. You're not going to tell me what you're going to do with my things. Every man shall leave his mother and father to have his own family or wife. Period. Straight out. So this is the thing where they didn't understand Christ, because Christ was a real man. And he was straight raw with it. It was no disrespect. Even when he went to the woman, the Gentile woman, to ask her for water. Do you not understand that when you live among these people, they don't care nothing about us? When you go over there, they're straight real with us, and we better be able to take it. They laugh at you in your face, and I can respect that more than my brother trying to stab me in my back. I'm like, at least they laughing in my face. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to let everything slide. I have patience of God, but I'm not going to let everything slide. But because I'm a peaceful guy. But at the same time, let me tell you, at the end of the day, these people want God the money to pay. You understand? We're building their kingdom here, even though we built this place. We're giving them money for their people and their families. So when he asked that woman to give him some water, the Samaritan woman, you want like, why was Christ so raw and so rude and so straight? Because he knew those people don't care nothing about us either. Let me tell you, they are no different than when you go to Africa and Egypt and Arabia, acting like they're the chosen ones. Acting like as if God chose them over you, when that's not even the facts. When we were humble enough, when we thought some of these religions were true or Christ was white. No. So Christ came to set it straight. We're coming to set things straight. He said, I come to be so real that it's going to separate the daughter from the mother and this and that. It's not that I'm coming to break up families. The things that I say, I need to know who's on the right side and who's on the left. Even the devil is coming to do that. Y'all better start to understand the gospel. There's different sections and parts of it, but we're in a different time right now. We're in a time of coming into Jacob's trouble. You better have your oil for your lamp. You can't call Elder Rawchaa or Elder Rawchaa or Elder Dale or Elder Rawchaa and say, man, let me tell you, you was on social media. We're going to pull that social media up no different than Esau will in a crime. You was popping bottles and not going out to eat. We got it on social media. Straight out. Matthew 25. And let me tell you, I'm only saying this to the people who need to hear it. The people who are already doing it, obviously, they're good. They like, I'm good. I got more oil in my lamp. See? And if you don't have it, you better have a talent willing to work for food. But you're only going to be able to do that for a person who have saved an influx. And it's not every man who has over influx. But you're going to be a servant in that day. And you shouldn't have no problem with it, because now you can eat and survive. Why are you talking to me like that, man? You're a servant. What are you talking about? You can't have no wants at my table and tell my wife to come and make you some ice cream too. Are you kidding me? What did you do to save over here? You better be lucky you're alive and eating. I'm going to treat you respectful, but as soon as you come with something like that out of your mouth, you didn't read Ecclesiasticus, brother. or sister. Abraham had servants that he took care of, but don't you ever open your mouth as if you are Abraham if you're not. If you need that man, have respect. And Abraham going to always have respect for you. Well, we supposed to be Israelites. We are. But I mean, I put a lot of work in here and I'm not looking down on you. I'm saying, brother, I can help you, but you're going to have to work for it. I got a little shed over there you can stay in. They got fans. They don't have no AC in it because unfortunately I didn't have that much money to do it. But do you want it or not? Or do you want to go get a tent somewhere else where the wind is blowing 100 miles per hour with this weather warfare? Because some of us think we can get land and stay in tents on it. Don't work like that. Let me tell you, the wind on my land, you stay in a tent if you want. Your tent is going to be blown away. I don't care if you get one of the tents I got. That's a harsh way to live. Meaning, if you don't work hard to get your situation, get you a little RV or get you something that's actually going to stand the wind, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. So, guys, we are not superheroes. We are elders, men of the Most High, all that are doing the best that they can do with what they have. But we need help because the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few. It's time to shut up and work. Okay? Where we at here? Matthew 25 and 8 again. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. We don't have no more food. We done ate it all. We done plundered through it all. We was clubbing and popping bottles at the strip club and listening to Kevin Gates and Lil Boosie. Huh? We were listening to, what's that little Bobby dude, Smurder? But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. The brother being real with him. So now, this is what happens. This is what happens. Now, by default, the person who is not going to be able to, let me get a little bit of Bishop Quadar stuff in him. Let me tell you. That thing had you right. So, by default, this person is going to get an offense. And they have no reason getting offense. So what they've done is they've opened the door to hell. The Most High said, Cain, if you do good, everything's going to be good. But if you don't, sin lies at the door. Your brother, Abel, is able because he worked for it. But you were lazy. You wanted to do things how you wanted to, when you wanted to do, whatever way you wanted to do it. And now you have an offense because your brother is being real with you. The Most High does not care that he's being real with you. Well, he was being rude. Yes, he was being real with you. That's not rude. He's telling you to take your money and go and buy it somewhere else. I've only saved enough for me and my family. And he said it very respectful. But now you want to murder him and take from him, like on the Walking Dead shows. Well, everyone is going around taking from others because they didn't prepare. You want to take from him like on The Last of Us, where the dude had all his food stored. He did not have enough for everybody. You want to take from him now. No different than when you let a person borrow some money, and now it's time for you to come and collect the money that y'all agreed to. They like, I ain't got your money. I ain't giving you money. If you really want your money, you can come take it. Whoa, I thought that you were the one in need. So now you're trying to bully me when I helped you. And you threaten to kill me because I'm coming to get what you told me you're going to give me back at this date? After I even gave you a grace period a few times? Now the word around town is you're threatening to kill me. So I'm the problem. I'm the bad person. Abel becomes a bad person when Cain does not want to admit or be reproved. An evil person finds excuse and does not want to be reproved, as the scripture says. You're going to see your homie. That's why we tell people we don't do the homie thing as elders. You are my brother, but there's an order and a structure in Christ. So when you do the homie thing too much of Israel, of man, that person's Israel on Facebook, they made, you know what I hate with this thing? Israel, all somebody got to do is make a good song for y'all and y'all accept them. That's it? They don't have to prove themselves? Y'all accept people because they make a good song. Little Johnny is writing at 7 years old. It's always gonna be another person to come out with talent who can dance and sing. Obedience is better than sacrifice or a person's gift. A gift blinds the eyes of the wise. Y'all better listen to the Holy Spirit. Press that like button. Somebody just make a good song for y'all. Put some fringes on. Come on, man, that's my homie. Somebody play the video game with you or make a track with you. That's it. No, start to prove people and ask questions so you can develop relationships. The scriptures tell us to make ye friends of mammon so you will be without everlasting habitations. That takes a wise man to make a relationship, an ambassador. I get free wood chips. I give them a dozen of eggs. Period. Bartering system. Already starting now. He know what I have over here, but he know also. When he comes to my land, I'm straight real and I'm respectful, but I'm straight real. Even people who I do business with, if that gate is open and says no trespassing in private property, I'd rather you stay parked at the gate. Don't even come in. I have people who come to my gate and say, hey, please, you don't got a dog, you got a gun. They already know how I go down here, baby. No games being played. Because when it goes down, you're going to see what you never saw because the Most High is blessing these black people over here. And you're going to think it's something else, but it's straight like that. Huh? So these are men of the Most High. Nehemiahs who was not playing games. And it's a time for everything. I'm always kind and respectful. But when you're doing business and you're thinking ahead and they see you prospering or doing certain things, you have to understand how to, if you be too kind sometimes, somebody would think they can take your kindness for weakness. So when you see me on my land, because I got snakes and stuff around every now and then, I haven't seen in a long time. But if you see me come around, I got a little thing on me of people who's doing business. And we in Texas, that's normal. They already know what it is. We all protect our own. So that way when a man come, he's already have that in his mind that it ain't going to be easy. And I have men on my land with me in the church, who's under me, we will protect each other. And they're in order. We talk to each other straight. Let me tell you, you can't just go get some land with somebody and then you think that it's just going to work out just because they're Israelite. It don't work like that, guys. We have to spend time establishing relationships, man. I'm just saying, guys. I'm really not trying to be hard on you, but there's some people out there who I'm afraid that they won't listen to the elders' lessons that they've been putting out before even this lesson, and then it's like, hey, you're going to try to go hurt someone for something that you could have done, brother or sister. Let me tell you, Israel, I know Israel is a great people and a humble people, just like the Indians. We were givers, but we are not in that position to just give everything right now. That's all I'm saying. We're not in that position yet. We're working on it. A few people may be. But especially no one knows how this thing is going to work when this so-called, financial crisis happens or dollar drop. No one knows how that's going to go. Do you think they can? That's enough anxiety that comes for itself for a man to say, hey, let me make sure I got enough because I probably didn't save all these dollars and they tell me that's worth zero. That's why elders saying, hey, if you can try to get some assets as well, that'll be nice because we don't really know every little detail of how this thing works. But we do know the Most High is going to save us through Jacob's trouble. Let's go back to Matthew 25. I'm just being led by the Holy Spirit tonight, right? as usual every night, but I didn't have a certain lesson plan. I just wanted to go into, one or two scriptures, but Matthew 25:9. But the wise answered and said, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go you rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. The ark was shut, guys. So in this same situation is very similar to the ark. Noah was preparing. Noah was building. Joseph was preparing. Joseph was storing. Okay. 11. Afterward came also other virgins saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. Noah, Noah, open to us. Joseph, do you got anything to eat? But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I don't know you. It's like that. Straight like that, like that, like that. Yep. And I don't mean that with no disrespect, but honestly, I just don't, with all due respect, if I give you what I have, I mean, the common sense will tell you, you got 5 children, that's going to take away months off of my savings. That's going to shave a lot off of me. And I do love you, but I have to say, as if I was saying I don't know you, I don't have it for you, brother or sister. I'll pray for you. I'll even give you a little something to go, a little bag to go. But you know what? That person don't want that. No different than a homeless person who really wants to drink and you give them a sandwich. They toss that sandwich down. They want everything that you have and they think that it belongs to them. Yeah. Matthew 25 and 13. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour when the Son of Man cometh. It's not just talking about when Christ comes back, guys. Christ is already visiting us now in prep. Let me tell you, his spirit has already gone out into the earth before he comes. So, so check it out. 1 second here. One second. So, anyway, he's already coming back, in a sense, through the spirit of showing us the events of the prophecy. He said, I come not to do away with the law or the prophets. I come to fulfill my part of what they wrote of me. See? Right? I come to fulfill my part of me, of what they wrote of me. But what I'm going to need you to do is do the same thing that I have to do. There's prophecy written of you too. And that if you do this, you'll make it through. And if you don't, you won't make it through. All right? So, Matthew 25 and 14. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took he his journey. So according to our talents and what we know here, if we've been taking our time to study and get better, ask questions to other brethren, fellow brethren and sisters, or people who can help us to be better, we better take that time to do that. Christ gave us certain talents and he expects us to use them. Remember I had the last lesson? Your talent is not to be wasted. So are you still thinking? Or are you ready to take action? You still thinking according to what we're reading? Or are you ready to take action? All right? Excuse me. So, let's go to verse 16. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same and made them another 5 talents. So what we call that today, we call that flipping. Doubling. Huh? Yeah. When you invest something, when you gain however much percentage off of what you invested. Christ is speaking finance right now. See? We think we put some fringes on, put a head wrap on, grow a beard, and that's it. Guys, a kingdom is built through finances. We read that not too long ago in Exodus, how there was shekels, gold, silver given for the tabernacle. And it said that we gave too much. I wish we can give too much now. And not just in money, but in support. Because the harvest is plenty. Everything's there for us. You walk through this door, it's going to take you to do what you need to do to walk through the next door. The Most High will open the door if you can get there to knock. But you rather stay at this one door. Even to the point where you're leaving a crack in the door behind you because you're always ready to look back. Let's continue to look forward. Some of us like, hold up. He's offering us to be locksmiths, to give us the key to these doors. Shall we not take time to learn this skill like what we're reading right now? So we can go through all of the doors he wants us to go through? Right? Some of us are looking for another door. And we will be called what to Christ? A thief and a robber. Verse 17, and likewise he that had received 2, he also gained another 2. So everyone is not going to have as many sheep as Elder Rawchaa, many sheep as this brother, many sheep as that sister. You better have some though. You better have shined your light to someone's darkness. Because if you pass tomorrow and you didn't do anything, you wasted your life. Your life was in vain. He brung your soul down in vain. Every person's job, all we were born for is to do the will of the Most High. Ecclesiastes tells us that. Right? Serve God and keep his commandments. For this is the will of God for every man. Right? 18. But he that had received one went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. This is what makes America middle class. Because America, they work hard, but they hold on to the money. And they collect this little interest that the banks give. And they are afraid and they don't have faith to invest. It's going to take faith for the kingdom and the children of Israel to actually become successful. Because first of all, we live in a capitalistic society. Saving money is the first step. That's a good thing. But after you save the money, you have to understand something. That money and the value of that money increases and decreases over time. So if you don't invest it in assets and land and sheep and cattle and real estate or whatever the case may be, gold or silver, something, if that money falls, it's not going to be worth anything. Unfortunately, we're in that time closer than ever now. They've even given you a credit system that most of us didn't know about, because I sure didn't know about it or care about it before I came back, until I realized, I'm like, they're not even spending their own money. They spending the money that's given through a fake credit system to do everything. We just have to learn the knowledge of it, because I have a book right now to tell you only 10% of business people understand about credit. What's up with that 10%? That 10% is a cold number. The same thing how the Most High is saving 1/10 and then 1/3 from that. So it's just showing us like only a few will always make it through. Only the strong will survive. That's why that saying is there. Because everyone is not going to want to listen. I mean, we were street preaching, right? And I'm going to finish this before I get into that. I'm going to finish this first. Verse 19. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoned with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. And his Lord or his master said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. You have to have faith and belief to do such a thing. Action. Thou hast been faithful over few things, I will make thee rule over many things. How do we expect, just because we follow some commandments, to get into the kingdom and try to rule as governors? Would we not have to be diligent over the offices, the little offices that the Most High have done for us here, before we're promoted to something else? We'll think just because we say, Kwam Yasha Allah, with all our might, that's good too, man. That's good. But We're called to go and wake our people up to receive souls. Let me tell you, I got new people coming every week in Houston. It's not just because of me, but let me tell you, all of the fruit you see from Elder Rawchaa came from all of us working together. But I'm saying that's what it takes. Actions, bearing fruit to glorify the Father. That's what Christ said. How can you glorify my Father? By bringing forth much fruit. Stand stagnant, try a new bait. Staying in the same state, not making enough money, try a new state. May be uncomfortable, but it's going to take faith, like Abraham did. You know they're not going to pay anything different, but because your parents been here and that's where they stay, that's where you're going to stay. Well, you will not receive more fruit. And all of us used to be scared to travel and do certain things. I once was. But what I learned, there's a place like where you stay everywhere. Christ said if they persecute you in one city, flee to the next. You need to even do that before persecution comes. Persecution is also on a lower level. Them not finna pay you nothing, and there's nothing finna happen in your life. So how can you bring forth fruit for Christ? You can't bring forth fruit for yourself and your family. And you see how hard of a worker you is, and you know your worth. Know your worth. And let's go let someone else give you what you're worth, if that's the case. We're here and called to bring forth Christ's kingdom and bring forth much fruit. Man, they just ain't doing nothing for a brother. Okay, that's your fate. I'm knocking the doors down. I needs mine, baby. I'm like TLC. Where my bread at? And I'm not talking about robbing people. What I'm saying is I'm talking spiritually. I need to go find where is my gift. Where what belongs to me. I have to find a way legally to do that. Like Jacob didn't let the angel go. That's Jake. We are Jake. We fight for ours. After you done crying and the tears, face your fears. Head on. Because I don't want to roll with nobody but frontliners. If I look to the left and to the right, and I don't see you, you didn't dip to the back somewhere. But all that time on social media, you was looking tough and all that. But when the real came, I'm looking up to the left and to the right. I don't see you nowhere to be found. And we're talking about spiritual first. We're not talking about fleshly tough guys. And we're not talking about people who can... Because see, y'all think studio rapping is just in the world. We also can have studio rappers in the truth. Meaning those who are good rappers or good singers, but then they don't really want to come to do the work of the Most High and find their place in that. Ain't gonna be no auto-tune in the wilderness. What else can you do? Let's balance this thing out. Okay? Let me tell you, your women gonna start looking to real men. And I'm not telling they supposed to look to me. They gonna look for the men of the Most High. We making it hard out here. Like I told my daughter, I don't care if a Negro is yellow skin, brown, whoever. He can be blacker than a microwave. As long as he a man of the Most High, he can take care of you. And he like daddy and he gonna love you. We good. He can look like Seal for all I care. Everybody gonna have an everlasting body in the kingdom. Cats be too into the wrong thing. See, we searching for the wrong thing. Obviously, I'm halfway joking. You gotta have some type of attraction. But what I'm saying is, what matters is what matters. Honestly. We sitting here waiting around for something that's on Instagram somewhere. You're going to get instant damned. Instant damnation. You join that thing. Especially in today's time. Y'all already know what's going on out here. They ain't even... You got some of these trans people, and I'm trying to be careful how I say it. I've heard a video just recently said, I don't go around telling them because they judgmental. So she just goes, well, whatever you call them, she or he, I don't even know what to call them. Transformer will go around, because they can just transform at will legally now. They go around and don't want to tell you what they really dealing with. And then you dealing with that because you're tasting fornication. This is what you able to get out there now. Don't be unequally yoked with unbelievers. We're going back to Matthew 25. His Lord, Matthew 25:21, his Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord. Why this person getting that? Why that person getting that? Here we have another Cain again. Because they worked hard for it. Where were you when they were working hard? Over there chilling. I used to have to beg brothers sometime when I used to cook for the Passover and stuff. They ready when the food is done. Oh, that smell good. Nowhere to be found though when it's time to put in some work. Huh? And then these brothers, these people wonder why they don't be in the truth no more, because they really didn't come to serve the Most High. They came to serve self. Right? Matthew 25:23. No. Sorry, I keep reading that. Matthew 25:24. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou has not sown, and gather where thou has not strawed. I saved it for you. I knew you weren't gonna get nothing. So what? You don't got no faith in me. So I just held it for you. No, you a lazy person. You're slothful. Verse 26. His Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant. See? Thou wicked and slothful servant. Thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou art therefore, so since you know that, since you're so smart about that, when you have not tried to get me more, why? Why? Because just like today, the money is dropping. So you saving that coin, but if the money is not worth as much, if you have gotten me more, I would have at least still been able to survive. And that's for us and our own families now. So even back then, the money could receive and gain interest, guys. Can decrease or increase. Thou art therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own usury. Mean you could have invested it where some interest could at least came on it if you didn't really know anything else. Well, check it out. We know how you can get 50 cents in a year from putting certain things in a savings account. We got to do better than a savings account. I'm sorry. You know, I don't think Christ was saying a savings account. That ain't enough. 50 cents on a few $100 is not enough. Let me tell you, that ain't it. We can do better as a people, because we know these banks, they're taking the money that you're saving and they're investing that. That's what it's about, is investing. It's time for us to start to pick up books and read. That's what it is. And ask questions and hire people. We want to pay money for a PS5 or 6 instead of hiring someone for consultation that's going to actually help us do something better in our life. Stop being afraid to buy from your people. You're buying from the Gentiles every day like a hypocrite. When you go to your brother and say, that's too expensive. Was that Birkin bag too expensive? Was that fur coat too expensive? Was that BMW or that Benz too expensive? Here it is, a brother or sister trying to give you some consultation or something that can help you. And you just want to continue to stay in the rat race. Right? Verse 28, take it therefore the talent from him and give it unto him which had 10 talents. So go give it to that same person that he was hating on. He was hating on that brother because he was putting in work. Study to show thyself approved unto God. A workman that need not to be ashamed for working hard. Go give it to that person who's studying and working hard. Right? This thing is not about money, but what it's saying is you do need food and water to survive through it. At least that. Everyone is maybe not going to understand these things, but you at least need to have some oil in your lamp. It's no way you could just not have that and just hope that God's going to take care of you. I'm sorry. That's not the gospel. He that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. You can't endure if you can't eat. He wouldn't have told you, understand. He wouldn't have told Elijah to take the meat and eat the meat, go in the strength of the meat, so he can get to Mount Sinai. He had to endure to get there. So verse 29. For unto everyone that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. So because you worked hard, when someone asks you, can you help put up some of these chairs in the church when we done? Can you help clean up some of this? You try to sneak out and say you got something to do and go home like you do at the job. But you want to get in the kingdom. You shall be called least in the kingdom. The Most High knows every man's heart and mind. Everyone wants to play the teacher role or elder role. Nah, that's not for everybody. Clean some of the cups that the Levites used to do. That's a great job. Who wouldn't want to clean this beautiful thing? Who wouldn't want to clean some silver? If you're on a tight budget, it's okay. Let me tell you, we're not talking about every single person. We understand that there's some sisters out there. That's why Kevin Samuels was out there. Sisters, is very hard for them to survive. So them understanding to be loyal and submissive, that's a great gain. So that a man with abundance, elders with abundance, or whoever, your grandpa, your uncle, your husband, if you ain't got one, then you got to be under the elders. But you still have to work hard, because let me tell you, the women in that day, it talks about Isaiah, I think chapter 4, said that they were going to have their own, and that man who were going to be over them, he was not going to have to take care of them because they were going to have their own. So you can at least take care of yourself. That's what I'm saying. If you're on a tight budget, you still have to be able to take care of you. How are you on a tight budget if you can't eat? That's the main thing we're saying. You have to be able to save food and water and save your soul. Okay? That's the least we can do. But building a kingdom, everyone is not going to be broke or poor. That's just not reality. So if everyone takes that plight and says, well, we all don't got it, what are we doing this for? What are we doing this for if everybody takes that role? So yes, obviously we're not talking about every single person, but we have to fight, guys. Where's the fight in us? I see people who say we don't have this and that, but they're always able to go out to eat. How you don't have it then? If you're always able to give it away. Grow your garden. It take you $300 to go buy you a goat. You got some goat milk now. You don't have to keep spending your money on goats. Or shine your light as a woman, a righteous woman, and maybe the Most High will send you a husband, my sisters. But you have to shine your light. That man has to see that you're virtuous. And then so all your talents of you only having so much, a man going to take care of the rest of that. It's not an overnight thing is what I'm saying here. But what I'm saying is everything that is encompassed tonight is going to take a pathway and a time towards stop thinking or take action. Your prayers, hey, I'm not doing that well financially. You pray for it. He's going to throw something your way. Or have a door that you envision in your mind, and guess what? If you listen to that voice that comes in your head, he'll just throw ideas out there. I know for sure that the Most High works like this, and it's your job to grab it and to do it and to have the faith and to take the sacrifice for it, to ask the questions, to do the studies, to buy the book, to buy the course, and then after that, save a little money, get your credit right. Let me tell you, you can be broke and have good credit, and somebody give you a loan, you're gonna buy some real estate overnight. And obviously overnight don't mean tomorrow. 6 months to a year, 2 years. But if you work towards something, because everyone has different situations, nothing's impossible. Christ said, ask for it and you shall receive. Where is our faith? That's why he had to keep telling the Israelites, O ye of little faith. Right? So I don't mean to go off on a tangent because I'm halfway looking at the chat, but that was like kind of simultaneously trying to answer questions to help my brothers and sisters. So verse 28, take therefore the talent from him and give it unto him which had 10 talents, for unto everyone that hath shall be given. So those of you who are working hard to do everything you can, you may not be able to do it all before Christ comes back. But he saw you fighting and working. Not wasting time of who's saying this over there. Don't care about what celebrity is doing what. Don't care who won the new championship of whatever. Even though you can watch that stuff and all that to pass time, that was not your main focus, is what I'm saying. And he shall have abundance, but from that had not shall be taken away even that which he had. So don't be surprised if you're lazy and when the time comes, you didn't put oil in your lamp. You don't have any oil. That's what he's saying there. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness, there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So not only is Christ telling you won't have what he gave you, the talent that you wasted, he's also saying you're going to hell. Because you wasted the creation that I made. Me, the Most High, and the Holy Spirit made you. And you wasted that? Let me tell you. Let me tell you, boy. We're gonna leave it there on that part. I want to say, like, we're out there street preaching, right? And I'm looking at the status of our people, man. It's scary. And I don't say that as if we were not lost before. I'm not saying it in that area. But I'm saying the times that I'm looking at everything going on, it's pretty scary, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's pretty scary. Like, and I felt bad for my people. You got one brother, he's out there with the little, kufi thing on, with the little Muslim garment, and then he has a proper dress under that. I think he's so gone, he thought that was the little Muslim garment. But it was like a proper lace dress. And in 1 second, he's out, the demons tearing him to dance. You got another brother, he took a flyer. We thought he was normal. He's down the streets dancing in front of everybody, man. And because we go to the worst parts of the hood, as the scripture says, make our faces harder than them to wake our people up. But I got on that mic, and you got people coming from across the street. Everybody started to gather up. I was the last speaker that day, but everybody started to gather around and listen, because I just speak. Let the Holy Spirit do what she does that Christ left us behind. And brother come over there with the Facebook Live, and that's why we also have to be careful when we out there, because you don't know who's recording you on live or doing whatever. Because that same brother who I'm talking about, who was in Islam or whatever the case may be, he has demons, and he comes over there with an actual little book, maybe of Islam, and he definitely is on crazy drugs, but he has like a little pyramid. It looked like a little magic genie can fit in that thing. He got little lights around and all that. And I was like, man, so it's like he's normal 1 second and then the demon's in him. So you have to know what you're dealing with. So a lot of people don't really know what being an Israelite is. They think they're looking at flesh. Nah, this brother has a straight spirit on him, and I care for my brother. So, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to save him. So sometime when we're out there prophesying, people may not wake up tomorrow, next week. Some people may wake up in the next 1 to 5 years. But we planted that seed. We prophesied to the wind, right? But the brother tried to run up on me, because I told the brother, I said, listen, excuse me, brother, we're in a different time right now. We don't really deal with debates. Maybe back, you know what I mean, in the old days, we're in a different time right now. Us working against each other is not helping anything. So I told him, I said, listen, if you believe what you believe that you're doing the work, can you go down there to help us out? I said, can you go down there to help us out and go ahead and prophesy some of that stuff that you believe, instead of us debating against each other? You wasting time. Everything I'm prophesying, we wasting time. You can go help them down there, and that's us working together. Now, obviously, I'm being a little sarcastic, but you have to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. And so the brother's like, well, y'all in my spot. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, brother, that I'm in your spot. But this is the thing. None of us own any of this out here legally. Not only that, if I'm in your spot, with all due respect, it's still in the same position, so you're not doing a good enough job. So men can talk like this. Obviously, I know I'm talking to him 1 second and I'm talking to a demon. And so, and he said, well, I can go get, excuse my language, I can go get all these niggas over here and all that. And I'm like, well, guess what, brother? That's good. That means you're doing the work. And so the brother could not gainsay me at all. The brother could not gainsay me at all because I'm only coming with peace. I got a sword. I'm not going to any debates, even though we can deal with that. But I'm not going into any debates. I'm going into no negativity. No one is going to stop me, like Christ said to his parents. I came here to do the will of my Father. So no demon is going to stop me. So I'm like, brother, if you can go get all of these people, because is that supposed to scare me or something? You can go get all of them. That means you're powerful. I told the brother, I said, brother, that means you're powerful. That means you're really doing the work. The brother he actually started laughing. Let me tell you, the brother turned to himself for a second and started laughing because the demon in him wanted an altercation. But I'm playing spiritual chess with him. He could not do it. Right? And so he went back to, but you in my spot. I said, with all due respect, brother, we out here to help our people just like you. Nothing has changed, so we got to come out here and help them. That's when he dropped this little book and this little magic genie pyramid thing that demon's probably resting in that he's carrying around. He tried to run up, and I told him, brother, I said, brother, you ain't going to make it through. Before I said that, as you already know how it go down, all the brothers, we got some Judah gorillas down here. So, as you know, all the brothers just had to do their formation, and he couldn't get through. But I tell you, the brother's heart probably dropped. You understand? Y'all know the scriptures say, all we want is, y'all know what I say in that song, and straight like that, all we want is peace. Don't get mauled by security. Well, we're not here to maul anybody. That's just a rap line, but we're not here to hurt our people, man. But unfortunately, some of them have demons, and we still have to stand as the men of the Most High to do whatever we can do to pull them out of that shark-infested crocodile water. So when a brother seen how organized and orderly we were, he said, "Oh man, I wasn't trying to do nothing. I just need to go. I was just trying to get my book." That brother hauled tail across that street, and all the brothers did was just step in front. They ain't put a finger on him. So you could tell some of these so-called brothers from the hood, it ain't got nothing to do with none of that, brother. Brothers and sisters, let me tell you, these brothers, they don't be about all of that. What I'm saying is, it be the demon in them that's trying to provoke us. So y'all always have to understand that if you don't use your talent, you can end up like one of those brothers or these sisters out here. You got a brother who we had to save. Every time we go out to the hood, it's a person, one of these so-called crackheads or whatever. We love our brothers, but that's what they own. They almost getting hit by cars. We got to say, hey, brother, get out to the street. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. And so if we waste our talents, guys, and we sob around and we complain about what life has done to us when we need to just be grateful that we are breathing, guess what? We can end up like one of these souls that the demons are taking over now. You become a hater, or you become a lazy or slothful person. And now you got people trying to wake you up and you can't quite comprehend to get it because you're being controlled by something. So we have to be very careful is what I'm saying. Some of y'all are going to look at what I'm saying, and even though it was funny, of something that we're out there to say how much we know or how much security. It's not about what I'm telling you guys. I gave that story as a side note, but we don't want to end up like that, thinking that all we are here for is just to give thanks to the Most High. And you have a purpose. When he went to these people, he said, you need oil in your lamp. You need to bring forth much fruit to glorify the Father. And that talent, you need to do something with it. Don't just hold on to it. That's all I'm trying to say to you guys. Because I feel bad for my people when I'm out there. But when we were out there, yeah, people were coming around listening. People come and give money and all that. People do support us and understand the times that we're going in. But I'm just saying, we don't have much time, guys. Okay, we don't have much time. Let's go to this article that we had up for the longest. Really quick. I'm not going to go into the whole thing because time is of the essence here. Texas is thinking about possibly, we don't know how this thing is going to turn out, but Texas is already talking about going separate from the United States of America. But outside of that, they're proposing a digital currency that's backed by gold. Do we think that this is going to happen? Do I care? Listen, I'm worried about Christ, but we have to stay in tune with certain news to stay up to date, so we're just not shocked. So that's the only reason why we share these things. On March 10th, 2023, bills were introduced into Texas, and the Texas Senate and House to create a state issued. Like I said, state issued. Don't forget when Donald Trump was in there, he made the governors over the states. So really, this was something that was already done. So don't pay attention to the horse and pony show of them arresting Donald Trump. Okay? Two wings of the same bird. Democrat, Republican. Okay? Senator Brian Hughes introduced Senate Bill 234, and Representative Mark DeRazio introduced a companion bill, House Bill 4903, requiring the state comptroller to establish a digital currency fully backed by gold. Okay? So I'm not really even going to go into all of that. I'm just telling you the news of what's going on right now. There's so much talks about what's going on with the debt ceiling of America. Well, let me tell you, we're over $30 trillion in debt. We all know that. These people continue to print money that is not backed by anything. So I can't tell each person what to invest in. All I can say is let's study, let's pay attention, let us get something, like Elder Rawchaa said, that is tangible. Okay, let us get something that's tangible. And as we see the times drawing near, don't go and get you all of this expensive jewelry to wear around. Let me tell you, you can get something that's not so expensive. Somebody pull that thing off your neck, you ain't hurting. You ain't hurting at all. You can go back to Amazon. You can go, to these little malls, get you something, $100, whatever the case may be. Don't go spending and wearing, like when I was young, I used to have 17 racks sitting right here. Somebody ripped that thing off. That's a total waste. We make some of the most, without knowledge, some of the most foolish investments. That's why the scripture says, my people suffer for a lack of knowledge. So when you try to go, I'll give you an example about jewelry. I'm a jewelry guy. When you buy custom jewelry and you try to take it back or trade it in, it's not worth the same thing you bought it for. Like, I'm talking about like a big price. No different than you buy a car. If you buy a car and you start putting rims and changing things, it's not worth the same thing of the blue book value. So I'm saying we have to start to think a little different. Okay? So and if you guys are not experts, be careful what you put in the chat, because I always going to tell everyone, make sure that you do your own research on your investments, because if you listen to someone who, if they're doing research for something that's for them, but they're not some licensed person who understands that, and you lose your money, you're going to feel very bad and get offended. So just be very, very careful. It's each person's, like the scripture says, search out your own soul and salvation. If you're very close with somebody, have a relationship, do that on the side. But I'd rather you guys not put that in the chat. Please. We don't want anybody emailing us. Well, I thought this brother was in the G.O.C.C. Not G.O.C.C. Excuse me. Said too many C's. But let me tell you, they may be in the church under elders, but that does not mean that we represent them in what they're teaching or what type of information that they're giving out. It's just like when you come to keysupplements.com. Elder Rawchaa is an elder in the Guidance of Christ Church. Key Supplements is actually my business. It's a separate business. And some people don't understand business. There's legalities. There's liabilities that when we do business, we have to be careful. You can't just take Guidance of Christ Church and just go put it on a t-shirt and you don't own that name. It does not work like that, because you do something wrong and then there's some liabilities that falls back on the church. That's not right. So be careful with that. I know we have zeal with that and all that, but that's not something that you started. You can't build off of something another man started. We're all in this together. This is Christ's church at the end of the day. But when it comes to names, trademarks, brands, patents, we have to start thinking more business mind. A lot of you are coming to my website when I come back and do quality control on the customer service. And some people are saying, no, I'm talking about. Some people saying elder. Some people saying Kwame Asha. And once again, these people have no clue of what you're saying. So let us be more professional and business minded. And I know everything I'm saying, people are still not going to listen. I'm good with that, but it's the same thing in this walk. Some people are not going to save food. Some people are not going to try to work hard. Some people are not going to study. Some people are going to lay back, man, give you these little stories. I'm going to be honest with you, brother, sister. I really don't have time to hear that story. I want to hear what you're doing now. What have you started? Are you still talking and still thinking about what you're going to start? I'm not saying everyone has to start a business. Or you taking the money from your job and you just want to settle at your job, retire, that's okay. But how are you using that money for you and your family in Christ? How are you using that talent if we go to the wilderness? So it's not that everyone's going to start a business. That's not what I'm saying. How are you going to use that talent if we're off grid to help the people? And just making sure that you have enough for you and your family. That's what I'm saying. What do you have to give? Because the Israelites, when it was coming to the tabernacles, they gave too much. You can read it in the scriptures. It says they gave too much. That the Most High had to tell the priest, you can give some of this back. We have a little bit too much. Check that out. Are we the Israelites from the old times? We're in captivity, obviously. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to try to follow every law and be so perfect, we need you to have all them goats, lamb, and sheep that they were sacrificing and all that bread to be able to give too much then. But at least we have to be working and fighting for something. That's all Elder here is saying, okay? I'm going to go right here really quick to 2nd Ezra really quick. 1 second. Let me see here. All right. 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and 1. Is that where I want to go? One moment here. I'll tell you where I want to start at. I want to go to verse 13. 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and 13. Now therefore, set thine house in order and reprove thy people. So as leaders and as government, it tells us even in Wisdom of Solomon, in the book of Ecclesiasticus, to actually set our houses in order and to reprove our people, to also blow the trumpet and ye in Zion, correct your people and let them know. Elder Rawchaa is doing shows on the weekend. Sometimes he's coming on with different things. Sometimes he's coming on with health. Get your health in order so you can endure to the end. He put out something out there with vitamin K2 that people don't know about. Let me tell you, I done ran out of vitamin K2. But I like it because it's not about the money. It's something that's also helping my people. It's a rare vitamin that no one even knows about, that you can barely get. And when Elder Rawchaa was going down that list, I know all the vegans and the people who's like, we don't consume dairy. Everything that the Most High told us we can consume, that the people who say, guys, listen to what I'm saying. Our people suffer for lack of knowledge. I understand that genetically modified wheat is bad. I understand that meat and milk can cause mucus. But you, like Christ said, you sound like the Pharisees. That's why the last lesson on the Sabbath that went out, Pharisees and heresies. Christ, why don't, your disciples do the traditions of men and wash their hands? Guys, have you ever seen a man in a garden doing some construction work with sand on his hand, and he's dirty everywhere else? He's just trying to do some more bricks, but somebody bring him a burger and some fries. There's no water around. Are you gonna eat that burger or not? Let me see the cons up in this thing. Or are you gonna go try to find something where there's nothing but a porta potty around? Let me tell you, who gonna eat that burger? I'll show them gonna eat that burger. A little dust ain't never hurt nobody. Am I on the regular washing my hands? Of course. But this is where Israelites fail in knowledge and wisdom. I'm eating that burger. Obviously, as long as I didn't touch anything that's totally off. A little dust on my hands, I'm tearing that burger up. Jalapenos falling out my mouth and everything. It's going down. Straight up. So this is what I'm saying. Some people actually have these jobs and they have to get right back on the job. They may have 5 to 10 minutes to eat that burger. We're being overrighteous. So what I'm saying is, I have goats to get goat milk from now. But that doesn't mean that if I have to go to the store and get milk, I can't have the option to get the good milk. There's organic milk. Is it heated up and pasteurized and not as good as raw milk? Of course. But I need milk sometime to make a little macaroni or certain dishes. So if you don't want it for you, that's what the scripture says. You don't have to eat it. There's genetically modified wheat. There's pesticide wheat that you can take the pesticides out with certain things. Baking soda takes out heavy metals. Vinegar takes out certain things. Or there's organic if you don't want to. There's organic too. So we have options to still eat the diet that Christ was eating. Well, I don't eat no meat either because we weren't supposed to eat meat. Well, why was Christ continuing to eat meat? Why? There's certain vitamins that if you don't eat it after a certain amount of years, these are really called big detox diets. Sometimes you may need to, if you have a big ailment, to take a year or two off, 3 years, 6 months, whatever the case may be, to detoxify your body to get healed. And then you slowly go back into what your body requires to continue to be healthy. Do you need me to survive? No, absolutely no. But you will be lacking certain vitamins that you cannot get from plants like K2 and certain B vitamins. This is a fact that you will never be able to debate. To where your blood sugar is up and down now. To where you're fainting, you have anemia. You're not talking to a novice here. Okay, you're not talking to a novice. So you got people who don't even know how to transition into certain fast where you can get sick or you can even end up in a hospital, whatever the case may be. We all have to learn transition. We all have to learn how to pick certain things to where we can still deal with what the Most High tells us to. Egg yolks. You shouldn't eat egg yolk because it got cholesterol. Guys, Elder Rawchaa also went into that. I've been telling people the same thing for years. You die without cholesterol. Your body makes good cholesterol. So you need healthy fats to make good cholesterol. If you eat the wrong oils and the wrong fats, you have bad cholesterol, which clogs your gallbladder. I know. I healed gallbladder before. Not mine, but I healed someone else with the right fats and the right diet and stopped them from eating the wrong oils, and now it was healed. Okay? So miss me with all that. Because Christ told I'm going to tell you what Christ told the Pharisees. You have a gall bladder. You have things that digest certain toxins. You have how the body actually has something to exit certain toxins. Christ made the people. So when he was telling the Pharisees certain things, he actually made the creation. So he understands that there's certain probiotics in the gut and certain things in the gall that can detoxify the little dust that you coming over here with talking about. Take that beam that you build a building with out of your eye, and stop worrying about the little speck of splinter that this person has in their eye in every aspect. All right? So, because none of you are going to get organic flour to be able to save it in bulk. I can tell you that right now. When you go to Sam's, they're not serving organic flour for you to save in bulk. So in an emergency, are you gonna eat it or are you gonna die? Let me see in the comment sections. They sell unbleached flour, the 50-pound bags at Sam's and certain Costco's. So who can afford to get that little organic bag to save for emergencies? And certain brown rice, because what you don't understand about brown rice, it has too much oil for you to save it long term. That's why you say white rice. See, our people suffer from a lack of knowledge. We can't become smart and dumb at the same time. Do your research first. Stop judging your brother and sister and let them do what they need to do to make it through this time. Because if you don't have no oil in your lamp, all that stuff you said you don't eat, you would be eating. So I'm done with that part. Let's go to 2 Ezra 14 and 13. Now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble and now renounce corruption. See? Let go from the mortal thoughts. Let go of these simple mortal thoughts you're thinking about and eat that food and get up out of here with all that. We're in an emergency. See? You have to get the most for your money when inflation is high. I'm not ever telling, don't buy no genetically modified stuff. But do you think them MREs that you get from the military, Terry, is organic? Are you kidding me? Christ said that they shall eat poisons and not die. He didn't say we shall eat unlawful things and not die. We're not supposed to be eating unlawful things to the best of our ability and knowledge. But let me help some of you simpletons out there who try to disrupt our people from the path of Christ. There's genetically modified yeast in most of the wine. I'm going to put it to you again. So when you're trying to think you deep, there's genetically modified yeast in most of the wine. Do your research. And that's a whole nother level of science. Genetically modified yeast. Am I finna go in somebody's house and be like, man, bro, you know they got some GMO yeast in that wine, brother? You finna be straight pouring up with your brother. Chill. The power of Christ is over all that mess. I'm not telling no one you should even buy, because I buy organic wine. I do research on my personal wine. But if it's the end of the day, the brother got some wine, I'm finna pop that thing. Most of the wine is also filtered in pork and clarified in pork. Facts. But I'm not finna climb in somebody's window and be like, man, you know that wine is clear. Simple as the day is old. Straight out. It was your wife's time of the month. You just got that same bed with her of sleeping. You just use that same toilet and you just went to the Sabbath. Get out of here. And you was in that same car. Do you have another house for her that she can be in for her separation time? No. Work harder. Because most of us don't have that. So y'all don't understand the gospel. Let us stay focused. Let us stay focused. Okay? Verse 15, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. Haste thee to flee from these times. These are some serious times while the getting is good. You better get it. So I thought that I said, hey, well, yeah, I already got some. Let me tell you, it's a lot of places that got it. But what I'm saying is everyone is not in the same financial situation or have the same knowledge. You think the Most High is not covering them too because they didn't know for now? Now, personally, I go out my way to try to get something that's kosher or organic. But if I'm not finna sit down like Paul said. If a brother want to offer me a glass of wine, be like, you know they got. It's not, no. If I know this is a genuine humble person, it's maybe another time for that conversation. Now, can't nobody put no pork on my fork. Can't nobody put no pork on my fork and me be like, well, Christ said we're going to eat poisons and not die. That's not what Christ is talking about. That's why we cast not our pearls before swine, lest they trample them before our feet. Because we know some people out there is foolish and takes the gospel and uses it the wrong way. Yeah. Tia Woods, housing is also putting people on the streets. That's why we're saying our sisters need to get right with the Most High, so a husband can come up and marry him in a righteous manner, taking time to get to know him. Young men need to be working hard so they can get them a right woman and not take on her baggage in every situation in the world. Get you a righteous woman in the truth. See, let us connect in the truth through elders, through family, through righteousness, so we can have family to make it in this time, because I wouldn't want a sister to be alone in this time. But we have sisters that's under elders. When I say under, we ain't talking about nobody dealing with nobody. We're talking about they're looking after them, making sure they're okay. They also have leaders under them that checks on them and make sure they're okay. That's what we're talking about. Okay. Verse 16, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. Okay? 1 second here. 1 second, guys. Let's go to 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1. We almost done here. Man, I'm gonna show you a little things on the land and all that, but I don't want to be too late. I got me a little gym session. You know. All right. Verse 1, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. So we're not worried about what these nations are doing, but we do have to be in preparation mode. Regardless of we're worrying about what they're planning, their own plan will be turned upon their own head. But the scriptures also say that if Christ didn't come back at a certain time, no flesh shall be saved with the artificial intelligence, because artificial intelligence don't care about killing any soul. They're artificial intelligence. These are fallen angels and demons that come up with all of these ideas, not men. You can put a man in the wilderness, you better hope he be able to rub two sticks together to start a fire than to create some of this technology that we see today. You put a man in the wilderness for 6 months, he's going to come up with primitive technology. It takes some time to go dig and find metal and learn how to put that together and break it down and melt it. Let me tell you, this is fallen angel technology. That's the thing that we fail to realize. We think humans are so smart. Nah, baby. Fallen angels taught all these things. Okay? I don't care if you're an engineer now, what? If they through you, okay, even with your engineering skills, in a certain environment, there's only so much things that's there. Some places have more things vast. But if they have this stone or this metal over there vast and they don't have the rest, you can only do but so much is what I'm saying. Because you have to have transportation to get over here and get over there. Now you got to build a boat. It's a lot of things that what I'm saying is that people give humans so much credit, but all of the wisdom came from the Most High. And then when those angels fell, they taught mankind certain things, as it tells us in the book of Enoch. So we think too much of ourselves when we depend on a power to survive. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and life and water to survive. Without those things, we are weak. I did this. I did that. You didn't do it without the creator and his creation. So what really did you create? Really, the power and the wisdom he gave you, he still created that. Even through the fallen angels, with they mess, they wouldn't have wisdom if they didn't come from the heavens, being his creation, to create good or evil. So why is people cocky? I'm just grateful for what the Most High gave me. Anything I can do to help and play my part, that's it. All the rest, let me tell you, we're empty vessels without the Most High, straight out. No man should be bragging about anything. I brag on the Most High, and I'm grateful. And we got to be willing to go to war and fight for the Most High against these demons, not people. We protect ourselves against people if we have to, but demons are who we're fighting against. Fallen angels. Most of the humans don't even know that they're overtaken by demons and fallen angels. They don't even know that. So how will we fight against them? We fight against something different, guys. Let us stay focused. But it starts with focusing on ourselves and our family. So if a man got to leave to go do certain things, his family got what they need when he leave until he comes back. So we have to start while the getting is good. That's all Elder is saying here. Verse 4. This is a very important one here. I want you guys to read this one. 2 Ezra 15 and verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. I'm going to say it again. All of the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Are you still thinking? Are you ready to take action? So all of the people who don't believe shall die in their unbelief. Same thing as faith, your belief that must be followed by works and action. All the people who are just reading this thing and just hoping that everything's going to be all right, the people who you say are good people and all that, don't forget what happened to Haran, Abraham's brother. He was a good person. Like some of our family members, they do believe what we're saying, but they never take action. Unfortunately, we're not the ones who make that call, but we can only read what the scripture says. Let us make sure that we are having faith and works, because we know that those are the people who are going to be left behind. Verse 4 says again, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Each person can only bring forth what they can, but they must bring forth their all in what they can. That old lady only could give a pence or a penny, so she gave it willingly, even though that's all she has. So some of you don't have much, but whatever you have, or you're willing to give your all with whatever you have, because if you're willing to give your all, we're not talking about money right now. If you're willing to give your all with your talent, with your love, right, with your sacrifice to Most High, whatever that may be, in however shape or form or fashion that may come, He does not want you to give a gift grudgingly. He does not want you to give a talent grudgingly. He does not want you to help. Well, I help. Well, I do this. No, it's okay. Keep that. You know how some of us know people that's like, we like, nah, it's all good. The Most High is the same way. We get that from the Most High. It's all good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Some of us who don't even believe in ourselves when Christ is in us. When he came to heal, he said, be it to you as unto your faith is. You don't even believe in yourself. How you going to get healed? Okay. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, and death, and destruction. This is what's coming, guys. Mostly for the evil fallen angels and the Gentiles. But the fallen angels said, hey, we ain't going out without a fight. If they ain't going out without a fight, and you shall be judging angels, what are you afraid of? We got the key to Hades, baby. Christ is in every one of us. So we're able to do greater works. If one man dies, the next person knows it. One sister dies, the next sister knows it. That's powerful. They know how to continue and pass the baton on, to continue the fire and the light of Christ. And let no man take you away and steal from you the simplicity in Christ by bringing some false philosophy of saying we need to shine the light of Christ in us with some Egyptology or some mess on the side. You got people who scoffers and people who take not only silly women captive, but we should, Most High, well, I can't say what the Most High should have did, but it would have been a blessing if we had the scripture for the people that's simple as the days old, men too, who get taken captive by other silly men because they sound deep. When you put this math together and that math, that equals this and all of this stuff. So don't let nobody take away Christ from you with just information that's all over the place because they sound deep, but they're really shallow. Because they too wouldn't be anything like us without the Spirit of the Most High. We pray for them. Christ is simple because we are a simple people. We just do things straight up. We're not going to know, like Elder Rawchaa said in his lesson on Friday, all the science to everything. Just follow the commandments. He has everything else covered. Let's just follow what the parent of all parents is telling us to do. Because you know how a parent with a child, we already know what's going to happen if our children don't listen to us. You can go out there, bump your head, get knocked on your tail. The Most High knows the same thing for us. But see, Christ got frustrated with us in the wilderness. He told Moses, he said, listen, when they did that with Aaron, I need y'all to get up from here and get ready to travel towards Israel. But he said, I'm going to send an angel before you. That's what Christ said. I'm going to send an angel before you that there was, you understand, the fire by night and the cloud by day. But he said, I got to be careful lest I break forth upon these people because they are stiff-necked people. See? He said they are stiff-necked people. Are we still want to be stiff-necked and thinking, or are we ready to take action? We don't have time for too many ideas. It's time to take the ideas and the power that we've been given in our own households and use them there. When we come together as a body, that's powerful. All of these gifts and talents is all working together like a community in Christ. That's powerful. How long should we bounce ideas off? Like a pinball machine. The pinball machine eventually does what? The ball comes back down. And if somebody ain't at the bottom to hit that ball to keep it going at the bottom, that thing would have just stayed at the bottom. So all of these things is going on. Let me see if I want to jump down. Verse 8. Let's jump to verse 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they shall profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood cried unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. So we in the righteous, we don't want to really see this disruption of peace going on anymore. Right? So we really Our souls cry out when we see unrighteousness, when we see weird stuff all on Instagram. I mean, let me tell you, boy, sometimes me and Elder Rawchaa, we see some crazy stuff on the internet. It'd be like, Lord have mercy. What is our people, what's going on in our neighborhoods? Goodness gracious. Let me tell you, we see some stuff. It's like, whoa, man, we fell off big time. So, verse 8. In the middle of verse 8, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crying unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore said the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive them unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. So we're talking about the spiritual Egypt, which is America now. And all of the places that we've been stretched out to the four corners of the earth. Verse 11, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before. As I did the old Egypt, I'm going to do the same thing to the new Egypt in every place where my people are. And I will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten. So the government and the system of the structure and the system shall be smitten with the plague of punishment that God shall bring upon it. They that till the ground are going to mourn because of the inflation, because the farmers, Bill Gates is buying up all the land. For their seed shall fail through blasting and hail with a fearful constellation. So he's going to do all of these things to save the righteous, to funnel the righteous where they have to be funneled. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. So the people who walk in the world, woe and destruction to you, terror to you. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hand. Because no one has nothing. Because people don't know how to not use money. I ask a lot of people around the country, they like, I don't have Cash App. I don't know how to use this or that. So they're going to either be forced to do a bartering system, or if they don't know how to use something else, even they will, I got this person over there, I know they got that, try to go rob and steal and kill. People are you're going to see what people are really about in this time. That's the purge season, guys. That's going to naturally happen. Where no more cops and you understand, firefighters and ambulances is going to come out anymore. Well, we should have been saving, medical supplies and all type of things. This is not to bring fear. This is to bring preparation. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is not to bring fear. If you believe the Most High is going to take care of you, you should have no fear. You should prepare, and you should know the Most High is going to be with you because you're preparing your best. So when I bring, or the elders bring the information out, this is not to bring no fear. We're doing righteousness, we shall live forever if it be the Most High's will. Verse 15, for the sword and destruction, because you can't move through this thing with fear. Let me tell you, some of the Ephraimites had fear and didn't help us when we left Egypt, and they got destroyed. The ones who left early, and some more of them didn't want to help us when we was time to fight. The Most High killed them for having fear. The scriptures tell us in Ecclesiastes or Sirach chapter 2, woe be to the fearful hearted or the faint hearted. It ain't time to be faint hearted. Oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm going to do. He be tell you better know what you're going to do. Because Christ said, you're going to see these times. It's better that it will be easier for you to see these times than a cloud to pass away out of the earth. So what, you going to be fainting and somebody going to pick you up? You better get your tail up. I'm having to pick you up. If you faint, you better wake up. I'm going to pour some cold water on your face. Let's go. And let us also, if we do want to continue to be a certain weight or overweight, make sure you can handle that weight. It's already enough that people might have to deal with handicap or people who's in wheelchairs. If you feel like, hey, I'm good at the weight and I like the weight I am, it's okay. But make sure you're doing some type of plyometrics and jump squats or jogging to where it's some big people who can run miles. I'm telling you the truth. So if you like that and you like, they always talking about working out and I'm good and my husband or whatever like me where I'm at, or my wife like me where I'm at, make sure you can walk for miles. Make sure you can run. Make sure you can start to transition your body and old joints. Start to take you more at omega-3, 6, and 9s, because most of us is not getting omega-3, 6, and 9 unless we eat fish twice a week. And I'm just keeping it real with you. More than that may cause mercury. But we don't want to hear people talking about fish got mercury in it. You know what, brother? Eat you some cilantro so it can absorb the heavy metals. Take you some diatomaceous herbs so it can absorb the heavy metals and they can flush out of you. Chill with all that. Christ was eating fish. He was eating fish even when he came back in the spiritual body. What are you talking about? Fish got mercury now. You know all the mercury in the sea? Brother, I'm finna eat me some fish. Get up out of here with that. Learn what type of fish to eat. Not the genetically modified salmon that eats the other salmon. Learn which fish to buy, where it's from. Look at the source. Don't just go to the store and get fish because they have scales. Look it up. All right? Verse 15, the sword and the destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard the kings nor princes. So the governments will not be regarded anymore. It will be so much chaos they can't control. But that's what they really wanted. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. See? So I'm never being mean. I'm being real and speaking reality, because we all can get better. Sometime a person who works out, let them take 3 weeks off. Let me tell you, they need to work that heart back out again to get that cardio back. Straight out. So even for the people who look like they're in shape, sometimes they're not really in shape. Don't just look on the outside. Because I'm going to tell you, I know some people that's bigger than smaller people who can outrun miles or do better cardio than them. So it's not about how things look. That's each person's choice. If a person, I help people if they want to look a certain way or be a certain healthy or shape, I help them with that. And certain people can help with that. But if they feel like they want to in this time be a certain way, that every man has free will. And it's not our thing to go around judging people. But we do have to let people know that certain obese bodies, if you continue to let it get too much out of control, will come with certain spirits. Certain sickness, if you're always sick, will come with spirits. That's what we're saying there. We've all fallen off, you understand, the horse before in life. What are we going to do to get back on it? That's all we're saying, while we do have the time. And if Christ looks at you like, you know what? You didn't make it to your goal, but because you tried hard, I'm going to find a way to help you endure to the end. That's what we're talking about. Y'all think the Most High don't know all of these situations that we can't specifically handle as people? He's going to find a way for every single situation. But let us make sure we're doing our part. Right? Let's go to verse 24. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, say the Lord. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power to defile not my sanctuary. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. Right? For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For the Most High shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. He's only going to deliver us who are working hard in preparation for these times. These are those who shall endure to the end. Are you still thinking, or are you ready to take action on whatever level that the Most High is speaking to you to take action in? Sometimes we all forget things. Sometimes you're like, oh man, my bad, I forgot that. Oh, I forgot this. We're busy. We're in captivity. All we're saying is stay in the fight. Get back up. Nothing's perfect. We're not in the kingdom of heaven. Nothing's perfect. Let us just get every day. Let's get a little bit more discipline, a little bit more blessed, a little bit more fruit to bear, a little bit more polite, a little bit more respectful, a little less saying bad words, a little bit. Let's try to eat a little bit better. Every day, let's try to have some type of goal there. Okay. So let me see. Can I, one moment here, bring out what I've been doing? Nothing special. I mean, hey, I'm still, one thing about me, I don't care about the looks right away. You may like, Elder, you always look fly. I get it, but I'm saying you're not here with me working to where when I'm putting that work in, when my hands is in the mud. So I don't think about everything that looks good right away. Let me get this thing functioning. I come back for the looks later. That's how I roll on my land. I can, because time, let me tell you, something can happen tomorrow, and I'm like trying to make this one little chicken house look so perfect, or trying to make my one little goat pen look so perfect, or trying to make my one little shed look so perfect where I need to store my goods. Get that shed up. Put that thing in there. If it didn't happen yet, okay, now you can do some paint, but you got it together. Because if you spend all your money on looks, and then you didn't do other things that you probably had planned, that's all I'm saying. Right? So that's just the way I do it. You don't have to do it that way. But if it failed tomorrow, I want to personally make sure I have as much as possible done in the least amount of time. Okay? So let me see, can I pull up here? I know I stayed on a little longer than I was supposed to, actually, believe it or not, but it's all good. It's all good. This is what I want to do here. Let me see, is it going to allow me to do that? One moment here, guys. Let me see. I want to show a few things that I've been doing here, if it will allow me. Be patient with me, please. I don't know if I'm going to show the whole video, but I'm going to upload it on our bodybuilding page so you can see the rest, because this is really, it's not the full, this is really the raw version that I have here. I had to drink some. My lips was getting a little dry. Sometimes you on this, boy, you be burping, your lips get dry. You speaking all day. You know what I'm talking about? That's why we got this good old Cordar homeopathic oils. I taste that good old cinnamon in there. Yeah, put some more. Anyway, let us see here. Okay, how do I do this? All right, here we go. See if I can remember what AC told me here. Oh, I think I got it here already. 1 second. One second, guys. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Because I don't see it there. I'm going to bring it back. Sorry about that, guys. I think it is there. Let me see if I transition it over, see if it's ready. There we go. Okay. Can y'all see that? Let me see. 1 second. Can y'all see that? Okay, let me fix the sound really quick, because I want to make sure that we can hear that thing. One second, guys. One second. There we go. Can y'all see that? Say con if y'all can see that. Say con if y'all can see that. I need some more cons just really quick to make sure if y'all can see that. I don't see no cons. Oh, okay. They came in late. Okay, so basically what you see here is, like I said, this is rough draft footage. I'm showing how you start something and then you finish it. Hey guys, we're out here harvesting strawberries right before spring. Look at that. Just amazing. A cup full. Yeah. Look at that one right there. Let's get that one out. That one looks nice and juicy. Ooh, look at that thing. My goodness, guys. Do I have any more here? No? Alright. Get outside with your kids, guys. Get outside. Uncovering all strawberry beds because the rabbits sometimes like to come out and do their thing. But right before spring, the harvest is plenty. The laborers, well, not a few, but they like these strawberries. So this that hot compost, man. That nitrogen and that carbon. So if things go down, I got something to make fire with. I got something to have compost with. I have something to keep my greenhouse warm. Get that dude them 12 eggs. You got you some compost, some wood chips, some mulch. So we're making something for planting corn right now. I'm just showing you guys. You start it and then you finish it. I bring my family out there. This is part of their homeschooling. We're dumping compost down there right now. So that compost, after that cardboard is done breaking down, is going to feed the soil underneath with microbes. I ordered all of this compost. I skipped the middleman. Instead of continuing to go to Lowe's to get them bags, I had them come out in a huge truck to deliver me a whole pile of compost. Now, it was a little expensive because you can't get compost like that everywhere, but it was worth it. So I won't have to just add nothing to some of this stuff for years to come. And I do make my own compost as well, but a lot of it wasn't ready just yet. And we're still just starting around here, guys. Like I said, a lot of this stuff we started, we only been here almost a year. So everything you see on this video, we only been here almost a year. Okay. So everything you see, like my chicken coop, we still have to paint it. I didn't get the other greenhouse up yet because I don't want to turn it into a greenhouse. I want to turn it into just a shade house. The children are out there helping because the wind was blowing so crazy that we didn't want it, to just blow away. So you can go to Lowe's or Home Depot, get you a roll of cardboard. Like they have a roll of it. It's like $30. Or go get you some free cardboard, but they didn't have any more free cardboard, so that's why I got the roll. Works just the same if you get the thick kind. You put your stuff on top of that and you plant right into it. But with compost, it does not hold water well. So you want to make sure that you train that compost to hold that water after a while. Right now it's too hot to put seeds in. It's going to bake it and cook it. So you want to make sure that you put a lot of water in it and you can mix it with other soil if you can. You don't have to, but you definitely want to temper it first. So we finished that. Look how it looks now. Keeping it simple. Planting my corn there. This is just for this year. Next year is going to be a lot more corn. But for this year, I wanted to get some in the ground for first fruits. It's already coming up. So we're going to be planting some wheat and all different type of things. So see, I'm showing before and I'm showing after. Start something and finish it. You reap what you sow. You still thinking or you ready to take action? That's a lot of corn, guys. I've planted fields of corn already before in my life. Personally, I'm putting wood chips to keep the moisture in the compost because it doesn't hold water well for now until I temper it. So we have an older tractor bucket. So we have to manually do the bucket, but we're gonna be planning on getting another tractor to where you don't have to do it manually, but we have to use what we have. That tractor is worth more than a car though right now, because you can do a lot with it. So we're creating a bed for potatoes right now. More cardboard down, free cardboard, or you get it. We're creating something for the potatoes. Got free dirt off of my land, sand. This is sand you see here. I'm teaching you guys something. You've been asking, right? This is not the only way you do it. Let me put it out there. This is not the only way you do it. But I'm growing the potatoes that... This is what we're going to be planting here. You understand GMO-free food, right? So it gives you all of the information you need that you can get in the local tractor supply, or feed, or seed store, or your local nursery. Okay. I didn't get these from the grocery store, but I don't know exactly what I'm planting. Not that it's a problem for that, but make sure you get good organic. So, I don't know what happened to the sound. Well, maybe I cut the sound off, but so basically, I got seed potatoes from Tractor Supply, right? And I got different kinds, some for soup, some for frying, whatever the case may be. Different. So I don't like the potatoes right now that you have to continue to add dirt to it, right? Because I don't have time for that right now. You have to plant according to your zone and plant according to your own lifestyle. So I want to just put my potatoes in there and let them go. These potatoes grow more sideways and instead of up. So you have determinate potatoes and you have indeterminate potatoes. Determinate tomatoes and indeterminate tomatoes. You have to choose which one you like to plant. You don't have to use fertilizer if you have your own fertilizer made or good compost. This was just extra fertilizer, organic fertilizer, because I'm just coming on this land, and really it's just decomposed probably rabbit pellets or goat or sheep pellets, guys, to be honest with you. And then they add a little something to it, but it's all organic. But this is not something you have to do. Now that I have my livestock, I have chicken manure that I added on here as well. I didn't add the goat because I didn't have the goats yet. But I added chicken manure on top so that they wouldn't burn the potatoes. So until the potatoes start growing, the chicken manure has time to break down. So I went in the chicken coop and I got a bunch of composted chicken manure. Okay, and I put it on top. And let me tell you, these potatoes will never have to be fed the whole time that they're growing. I can promise you that. So I'm putting mulch on top to keep the moisture. This is going to turn into great microorganisms. You see lactobacillus right there that I spray on it as well. You would never even have to really water these potatoes, guys. Straight out. Well, the kind of compost that I use is, organic, some type of organic compost. But I really rather make my compost, if you want to be honest. The best compost is something you make, but you can just go get some for Lowe's for $4 to $5 a bag, but it gets a little expensive. So I didn't have all my compost ready, so I had to use theirs for now, but I'm mixing it, as you see right here, with some of the compost I made. The compost you make retains more moisture And it has more beneficial bacteria than the one you get from the store that's all dried out. Okay, guys. This is the finished product. It's not fully decomposed, but I'm going to put it on top of my potatoes. Let's just see how it came out so far. See? That looks good. It's decomposed chicken manure, aloe vera, whole plants. Look at that. Look at the power of nitrogen and carbon. Look at that. And wood chips. See that? Amazing. Amazing. This is going to feed you. And that's just hay from that side. It's pretty much finished. And it finished pretty fast. Wow. Look at that. That is what you want to plant in right there. It's pretty much finished, guys. It's pretty much finished compost. Wow. All right. Yeah, like the sister said. Look at Aisha said. She said, if you have an EBT card, if some of y'all on that, you can buy fruit trees with that. See, people giving all type of knowledge out. You understand? So it's no excuse for people who may not even have it like that. There you go. You know Esau gonna be looking at you crazy, like, why you coming in here taking all the trees? But hey, get it while the getting is good. This is azomite. This is just minerals for your soil. Coming from a rock. Just with a planting cup. It's giving it minerals. A lot of you guys don't know that. You can get minerals straight from the rock. Don't be confused. You're not eating the rock. The probiotics in the fungi in the soil make all of the minerals readily available for the plant to take up. Just so you guys know. So as I said, guys, we have only been on this land less than a year. We've been working our butts off, getting a lot done. I'm actually just mixing up this bed with now another mulch, which is wood chips, because I like wood chips and hay because they serve two different purposes. And it's two different types of carbon to give to the compost. Now, when I throw my hay inside of the chicken pen, guess what? There's so much nitrogen from your chickens. When you go in there, if you throw all of that hay, it's broken down, guys, in a few weeks. It literally turns into dirt and compost quick. And then you take that probably in the fall time because the chicken poop has so much nitrogen. And guys, you can put that in a pile and prepare it for your spring garden. It'll decompose through winter. Put that on your spring garden. You only have to put, guys, like a 1/2 inch to 1 inch of compost, if that, once a year. You don't need much. So you can actually sell some of this stuff to people in the body and all that, like pure compost, and they're getting something better than they're actually getting at the stores. So you think chicken poop is chicken poop, but it's money for you. So you have to think about all that. So these are actually wood chips that I get dumped. This was low level parts of my land, so I get a lot of free wood chips dumped to bring the soil, the height of the soil up. But I also use it for gardening. So it helps me to level out certain lands. It helps to hold certain water in the flood. The wood chips are perfect for everything. It lights a fire. I mean, you can use this wood chips, guys, for so many things. You can use them for small wood chip roads, whatever, mulching your fruit trees, which you know, if you don't have a watering system, heavy mulch your fruit trees, guys, and you will never need to water them. I'm just keeping it real with you. So, yeah, I'm just trying to teach things that people have been asking about. Now, obviously, I have a lot more to come where I'm going to be actually coming out there with the camera, but I have to get my Wi-Fi extender and my mic, so you guys will not be hearing the wind and stuff when it's blowing so hard. But that's what I'm doing there, spreading those wood chips, and I'm going to show you the finishing product. See, this video was about start something and finish it. First, you start the bed, and then you're going to see that you'll soon be fed. Yep. So we started the strawberry bed. Then you seen strawberries. We started the corn. Then you seen corn. Now this is the potatoes. Chicken manure that I'm spraying to try to kind of break it down a little bit because it's a little thick. So I'm saying that this bed is going to be so potent with microorganisms for years to come, with worms and everything. Anything I put in this bed, guys, sunflowers or whatever, grows amazing. So I'm planting certain things, companion planting with my potatoes. Check it out. Look at the after effects. Check that out. Before again, people were complaining about chickens. People were complaining about chickens not laying eggs. Well, they stopped laying eggs, but not for the reasons that everyone else was saying. Because Texas does not get feed from overseas or China or anywhere. Texas has their own things that they can just get from their, from their self locally. But my chicken slowed down a little bit, but I realized I was so busy that I needed to make the hens are like women. They like to be comfortable. So I made their situations a little bit more comfortable. And when you have your hens more comfortable, they lay more eggs. It literally just took me making it more comfortable. So this is another before, and I'm going to show you the after. When I start something, I started knowing the Most High and the Holy Spirit, hopefully, is going to be with me to do it. And I always see the results after. I don't stop until I get it. That's the way we have to start thinking. So check it out here. Yes, I've been knowing about azomite, my sister. Simple Gardener 27. I've been knowing about azomite for about 10 years. And it'll make your stuff grow crazy because a lot of the soil is depleted from minerals. So azomite is something that you can give to your livestock, something that you can put in the ground. And you don't even need to put that much, but it's depleted from the soil. So azomite is a very important thing, in my opinion, to put back into the soil that a lot of people's plants are missing, and that's the minerals. So I sprinkled a little bit of that on this because this used to be old rice land, old rice farmland. So I definitely got that azomite because I seen giant kale growing from that azomite, like giant kale. And so I put it on all of my beds and even your grass or wherever you want things to be having a little bit more minerals there. So I fast forwarded because I'm trying to I fast forwarded because I'm actually trying to just show as much as possible without the video being so long. So I still have to edit it to put it on YouTube. So usually when I'm out here, my children are out there with me. I enjoy yeah, I'm a family guy, so I enjoy being out here with my children, keeping the life simple. Um, so let me see if I can fast forward this thing if there's a way. Let me see, where is this on? Let me fast forward it a little bit, guys. I know we're gonna put a screw in there. So when you do things, guys, you have to force them to work. Let me tell you, guys. I use pallets to build my whole chicken coop, to build my whole shed. Find a way to make it work. Don't let the limits of this world limit you. I took that wood off from that pallet, and I'm going to use that same wood to allow myself to put this basket in there for my chickens to be able to lay eggs. They were laying them at first in this tires, but the tires, instead of them laying their eggs in there, they wanted to actually go poop in there. I said, oh no. So I had to change everything around, right? Because at night they sit on things and they like to poop. So you have to put things under. In every situation for chickens is different. There's no one way. You have to learn your own chickens and your own hens, to be honest with you. I might do that. Leave this open for another nesting bed. And yeah, just bring it back in there like that. So I think I got something. I think I got a few things in once, because what I don't want, what I've learned is that they like to sleep up high up here. And so what they'll do, they just start pooping in this. And that's not the object of what I want them to do here. So I have to kind of put it in between and under. And yeah, it's going to work out just fine. I actually created these doors for that purpose, but it looks like I'm just going to close them off. So anyway. So guys, I'm just plugging this into this beam here to make sure these don't go anywhere. So you want them to be nice and firm. And so now they're not going anywhere. So, and to keep these stable, I'm going to plug this one into this one. Very simple. Very simple. Not going anywhere. Gonna put one on this side. Don't make it difficult, guys. You can still keep it neat. Still keep it simple. Don't make it difficult. So as you see, guys, I like to keep things very simple. Your chickens are just gonna poop all up in here, guys, to be honest with you. So I mean, you can build some perfect little thing, but I made mine. I call it the chicken mansion. I can fit at least 50 guys to 100 chickens in here, to be honest with you. It's really big. It's to be honest, this is about the same size, if not bigger, than my shed. I made this for a lot of room. I can also, Elder, you can put fake ceramic egg where you want them to lay. Yeah, I put real eggs where I want them to lay. You can put the ceramic ones there too. That's a great tip for everybody to know. If you want your chickens to lay, they sell eggs, fake eggs. You put them there and they will lay there. Yeah, definitely, I know that. So that's a great tip for those beginners who don't know that. I actually took some of the eggs that they laid, my sister, since you said that, Aisha, and put them in the areas where I wanted them to lay. And believe it or not, some of them they laid in, some they didn't, but you're going to see the results of me making their nest beds more comfortable under here so that they can't poop all on them, because they like to be comfortable. Like women like their bed comfortable. There you go. So I'm going to fast forward this a little bit, and show you the end results.
All I need is hey now. Hey now.
That was corny. That was corny, Elder. I was just having fun, man. I heard that from that old movie called Inkwell. It came to my mind when I was saying that. So let's show you. Let's show you. We putting the hay in there. Making it nice and comfortable for them. So we put those eggs where we want them to lay at. So we took an old plant bucket, put it down there, and it's all under where they cannot actually poop on them. So you come in there with a scraper, you clean that stuff out, and you use that for stuff for your compost, guys. So
We talked about
how trying to transition your chickens into laying in the right places. So I just want to show you the results of how it works. As I go and feed them real quick.
boy, are they hungry. I tell you. Boy, get back. Get back. Oh my goodness. Talk about hungry. There you go. They were hungry. Well, while they're doing that, I'm going to show you. I actually just got a few eggs from down here because one of my hens seems to like to go down there. I can't see back there if she has any more, but I put a few eggs here, and all of a sudden, I get more egg production. You can even see one there. Check that out. This is the big difference in keeping your chickens comfortable. Okay? So, here, trying to get them to still go here. Right? So they're getting it little by little. So, wow.
How amazing is that? So give it a try, guys.
What a time to have chickens. In a time where, the eggs. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Would you just look at it? Would you just look at that?
What a time to have chickens in a time of trouble, in a time of famine where people are rushing to the grocery stores to try to get chicken and try to get eggs. You should have been listening. You need to be listening. You still have a little time. So this area I actually redid, guys. You remember you only seen the potato bed there? So I transferred them all new beds. I got watermelon growing on the left side, carrots growing on the other side. All types. That's an almond tree there. That's an all-in-one almond tree. Let me tell you, I've done a lot. Like after that week, I came back and did all of this. That's carrots growing right there. Yeah, that's carrots growing. And we got a bunch of watermelon growing all over the place. We bought some kiddie pools. We have all of our onions growing in there. More kale growing in there. Companion plant. We got an ice cream bean tree right there. That's a very rare plant. We got an ice cream banana tree right there. A special type of banana. Look at those potatoes, how green they are. We got peppers growing right there. Right at HEB, guys. Go get your peppers. Or you can start them from seed. I got some started from seed on the other side. We got our garbanzo beans right there. We have beet. I have to redo some of these beds because the weeds grew up, so I'm going to fix all that later. Got all type of beans growing, guys. We got all type of beans. We got cucumbers growing. Right? And it's a certain cucumber that you don't have to go and hand pollinate. Okay? So you have to learn which type of things to buy. It's tomatoes. Every type of tomato I have. Every single type. Okay? I don't care if you're going to get the starters or you plant them from seeds. Put some food in the ground. Let me tell you, we getting money around here. We getting money means we working hard. And I have these, so when I leave in my containers, I made like a little pool. And I stapled it to those pots and tie strapped it to where I can fill it up with water, and the roots can go down and get the water from the bottom. It's peppers all in there, it's garlic all in there, it's lemon trees in there, it's all type of stuff that once the fall comes, this stuff is going to be crazy like a jungle. See? That's the little flowers and different things for my bees. My bees are over there. Yeah, my bees are over there. We just added another box on top. We're getting ready to add a few more boxes. Okay. This is just another area. More cardboard down. More watermelon. You got eggplant. This is just chicken wire, guys. Listen, use what you have. That's basil right there. Look at that beautiful basil. Let me tell you, we got all these herbs. Look at these beautiful goats. Oh. We're planning for the sheep and the cattle next, so we're taking our time. Everything is coming, guys. You know, everything is coming. This is a apple tree that grows 3 different types of apples. Right? So we got cattle paneling around. I got stuff everywhere because I'm working. We're going to make it look all nice later. All of them, let me tell you. I got over 100 blueberry trees. Because these knuckleheads like to eat blueberries in their yogurt every morning. So you take that milk from that goat, make you some natural yogurt with probiotics in it. On top of what you see here, we have wild blackberries. They call them dewberries here for whatever reason, that grow in that actually grow wild. I'm talking about we got a whole field full of them, and they got spikes on them, so you actually have to go and make sure that you understand. One second here. You have to go and make sure that you get them for yourself. Let me see something. One second. Let me okay. Yeah, you have to make sure you go out there and get them for yourself. You can make free, let me tell you, you can make free pie, jam, all that. I want to show you guys one more thing before we close it out. One second here. I want to show you guys one more thing. Let's see if it's going to transition over to this. Sometime Elder is just up on the land, and the chickens are looking like, yeah, it already knows. Look how smart these animals are. These animals can talk. So check it out. Watch this. Look at that. Ooh. She said she got him. She swallowed them whole. Whoa. Oh, no. There you go. There you go. So I found a snake. Uh-oh. Look. They fight over them things. Look at how crazy they going, guys. Ooh-wee. I catch snakes sometimes. I don't go around hunting for them, obviously. But, look. Ooh, he ain't gonna make it. Yo, I don't go around hunting for him. He ain't gonna make it. What a beautiful grass snake. So we found another come get my trash, and I'm about to feed my chickens. Little green snake here, and so I just took it. And hey, my chickens get some protein. Took that thing, chopped it up. Look how the chickens go for that snake. Look at that. They don't play no games. Look, they're over there. Listen. Oh, thank you, Humble Service Homestead. That's what dewberry is, black and raspberry mix. Well, shoot, it tastes delicious, man. It grows wild here in Texas. Let me tell you, it look like some football players running with the football and hoping they don't fumble. They don't play about them snakes. Even though I cut the head off, that thing still be moving with the nerves. You know how that goes.
Ow, ow. Ouch.
Let me tell you, my chickens don't play by no snake, guys. While they eating the snakes, they over there playing, fighting. Right. So anyway, guys, hold on. Anyway, I want you guys to stay tuned. I want y'all to stay tuned because let me make sure this is off. 1 second. Let me make sure this is off. Okay, yeah. I want you guys to stay tuned. We're going to be uploading these videos this week of, you know, everything of the music and the sound and the talking. I just had to show it to you raw today because I've been busy showing how to do a self-watering system, showing how to deal with things like this. When you get some wood chips delivered, don't mind if they're actually giving you, I'll show you something really quick. Don't mind if they're actually giving you leaves with your wood chips. Some people say, I don't want the leaves with it. At first I didn't until I realized, hold up. If you have fresh green leaves, the carbon and the nitrogen is going to make a hot pile to turn into compost faster. If you only have carbon and you add that to your garden, it's going to strip your garden of the nitrogen. So it's good when you get leaves and nitrogen together. I thought I'd just let you guys know that part. I'll show you what I mean here really quick. I'll show you what I mean here really quick. Just really quick. I'll show you guys. See, this is what I mean there. 1 second. Let me see. Can I get that? Let me see. Can I get that thing to play? Is it going to play there for me? 1 second. What's going on here? Oh, man. What's going on? One second, guys. I don't know why it's giving me some type of little trouble here. Well, anyway, I'll tell you what, because I don't know what's going on off. You see that smoke right there? That smoke you see right there coming off of that, that's carbon and nitrogen heating up the hot pile, and that's causing it to smoke. So if you stick a thermometer in there, you're going to see that temperature sometimes 80, 90 degrees. In the wintertime, if you take something like that, put it in your greenhouse, you're going to have a warm greenhouse without using electricity. For those of you who don't know. Okay? So, thank you guys for tonight. The homestead is coming out nicely. Thank you, Humble Servants Homestead, for the compliment. All praises to the Most High. Me and these children are working because I have to teach them to what to do in these survival situations. All they do is watch Walking Dead, so they be ready to go, man. And anyway, that's what it is tonight, guys. Stop thinking and let's start taking action. You know I do lessons about a call to action to better the kingdom of Christ and better your lives. And guess what? Saying that you have the same chance as everyone else. 5 virgins unwise, 5 virgins wise. They both could have been wise if they both used the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding the Most High gave them with their talents. One person is going to make excuse and become a hater, and the other person is going to be wise and make sure that they're like Joseph, make sure that they're like Noah, make sure that they're like Enoch to be able to be taken with the Most High. See? To be able to come back like Christ and to be preserved for an everlasting life and righteousness. But those who are afraid, woe to them, destruction to them, as the scripture tells us. Right? So I have a powerlifting session, and it's late here, but I have to get it before it's too late. I have a powerlifting session. Is there any questions? I'm going to give 5 minutes for questions, even though we had a late session. Finally learn how to work this new thing here. But man, I've been listening. Let me tell you what I've been listening to again lately. That the energy from Bishop Ahmad. I've been listening to that thing. The thing is hot. Make sure y'all cop that if y'all ain't cop it. I know that's random out of the blue, but we be jamming that thing. Any questions really quick? If not, you guys know whatever I don't answer tonight, I'll answer another time. So if you have any questions, just let me know. If not, we'll answer them another time. I know some people, how do you figure out what your talents are? Very great question. What do you do good, my sister? If you don't do anything good, this is how you try them out. Start trying things to see what you're interested in and what you like. Start reading, start studying, start doing different things. When I say study, not just the Bible, start trying different things that interest you. Usually something that interests somebody, they become good at it because they like it, because they love it. That's just one way, though. When is a good time to use hot compost? Well, if you're using it for mulching fruit trees, it's good. But for a garden, be careful because it can take a lot of nitrogen away unless you have nitrogen with that compost. The nitrogen will help break it down. But it's really better to put finished compost on a vegetable garden and to put unfinished compost around fruit trees. So you can let your compost decompose and then put that on the vegetable garden. That's the best. Now, if you're talking about mulching your vegetable garden, that's fine. But don't over mulch it if you don't have enough nitrogen within that garden bed. So I do like mulching my garden bed because it gets very hot here. But at the same time, I have to make sure that on top of that carbon, that I add either goat pellets or chicken poop pellets, because it's not going to necessarily burn my plants if I kind of decompose them a little bit and put them on top to give a little slow feed there. That's just one of the ways I do it. Or on a little sidewalk of the bed, because the roots go down into the ground, I'll sprinkle fresh chicken manure because the roots are not really down there yet while the plant is young. By the time the roots get there and the chicken manure, the goat manure breaks down, it will actually leach under the ground and feed those plants, especially when the rain comes. It's breaking it down a lot. So, yeah. Simple gardening. Now understand this though. If you message me for something quick, that's cool, but I don't have a whole seminar to give you. You have to pay for that. And I don't know if you want to pay for that because I charge $100 an hour. If you want me to consult you, I charge $100 an hour because my time is very valuable. So for me to come outside of my time, because I am literally, when I say this, I'm not trying to sound like somebody special. I charge $100 an hour to train someone. I charge $100 an hour to give supplemental questions. Elder's time, I don't have that same time. And some people are like, what? Because you don't have value to your people. I'm not the same 24-year-old REI who was in Egypt free. My time is occupied, man. So if I have to break my time out from my family or what I do with this church or key supplements, I'm going to give you what you need. But my time is very valuable and so is yours. So, but I guarantee you, everything I give you, you're not going to have to debate it or go ask another question. You're going to be like, wow, it actually works. That's just the reality of it. And it's nothing cocky about me. Who knows me? A shotgun is more cocky than me. Straight up. So it's nothing cocky about me. But the men of the Most High is worth it. Do you really think that you could just go call Elder Rawchaa Or you could just go call Donald Trump, or you could just go call all of these people to just say, hey, man, I need you to come over today. And they running their own business for their families. It don't work like that. Or they doing the work of the Most High. It just doesn't. Life that's just not the reality until we get in the kingdom of heaven. Everyone's trying to build their own situation and Christ together. It's just a lot that we all have to do. That's all I'm saying. So I'm genuinely helping as much as I can for free. But if you really need to get walked or me to hold your hand in things, and when I say hold your hand, not in a condescending manner, I don't mind. I literally don't. Some people already said, hey, now we want to pay for you. We really need help. But those people are working hard to be able to afford such a thing. They're working towards certain goals, and they do that. So that's all I'm saying. Some people charge way more than that. I tell you right now. So we have consultations coming for keysupplements.com very soon. They were supposed to be in there, but we're doing a lot of work behind the scenes on the website and trying to bring this company to a powerful $1 million company. And you should be doing the same thing for your business with you and your family. And it's not about riches. $1 million is nothing. Once you spend a penny, you ain't a millionaire no more. But it's about leaving legacy for your family. A lot of this money goes on paying. You really live the same lifestyle, even though you go up the different tiers. You still live the same thing. You just kind of got the same responsibilities, but in a different category. That's just the reality of it. You got to pay for life insurance. It's insurances. It's things you have to pay for. It's not. So when you see people saying they ain't got it because they might have to pay all of this stuff, and you don't want to accumulate bills, but we're talking about things that are actually necessary. So if someone passes, you need life insurance. You need flood insurance. You need all of these things for your family. Some people riding around without insurance on their cars because it is very expensive. So we have to work with our families to be able to afford to actually live in this lifestyle. And that's all I'm saying. You are better than that. I wouldn't be doing this lesson for you if I didn't think that you were better than that. I wouldn't even be doing it. I'd be like, oh, they ain't about nothing. It's my job, as the scripture says in Ezra, to come and encourage my brothers and sisters. That's called exhortation. The gift of exhortation is something that I have. And let me tell you, it was people crying at the Passover telling me how I helped change their life. But it ain't me, it's you. The Holy Spirit went out from me and whatever elder and whatever brother or sister, and how you took the action from it. That's why Christ said it's going to be according to your faith how you're healed. So we give the game, you take the action or you don't. So, any other question? Because I kind of went over the 5 minutes. Because I really want to help you. But even my leaders know. I know you're working. Literally working, though. My mama called me. I know you're working. I'm one of the hardest working men I know. And daily I'm working on myself, too. Trying to get better. Be a better me on every level. So, and that's the type of man I want marrying my daughters. I don't care about how good somebody look. He gonna have an everlasting body in the kingdom. As long as he's strong, can protect her, he has enough to afford my daughter, because they already learn how to cook, be polite, be respectful. They exercise every morning. They want to serve the Most High. Hey, I hope you're ready, cause and they uncle, let me tell you, is licensed with that thing. And he's very good with it from afar. And I got a whole crowd of people that love me. And they really love me around this whole earth. So make sure you come with it. Because some of the elders around here, let me tell you, they put some work in for the Most High. And they some serious, honorable, righteous men. And I love these brothers. And I don't think that I would bring my son to their daughters just because. Like, no, come with it. I know this man. I know how hard he worked. Come with it for his daughter. Don't come like no chump. Don't come because you got a pillar and some stones. That ain't enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and because we should value the daughters of Zion. We should value the men of the Most High and respect them. No more of that hating stuff and not telling people, you know, you look nice today, or man, I love you, my brother or sister, giving brothers and sisters holy kiss. Yeah. When the nations start to see us love one another, they're going to be afraid of us. When they start to see us love one another, they will be afraid of us. All right, guys, shalom. Let me go get it before it get too late. I have a lot of work to do tomorrow. I'm trying to really build. I'm building not only a goat pen, but a goat run, because I want them to be able to run out and kind of go forage in part of some of the forests on my land. So we have something very new on key supplements that we just released. I don't know if my wife released it today, but it's resveratrol, something that's in wine and things like that. And it does a whole lot. So make sure you go to KIYSupplements.com. And boy, I had to introduce it because it's very important. It supports thyroid. It supports it's certain things I can't say on here because I'm not a doctor. Let me tell you, it starts with let me tell you, ovarian, you know what? It supports and helps all type of things. So I try to bring certain things out for our people. We do have two other supplements, one coming for the kids that you guys have been asking for. Get your mind right and get ready. We're putting certain things together to make sure everything's functioning right. And we have another something that's green to add to our sea moss and our green powder. Some of the most powerful stuff on the earth. We're not playing any games. I hope you're not. I hope you're going to stop thinking and start to take action. Make sure you go to KIYSupplements.com. Make sure you also go to get your mind right. You understand? Let me tell you, make sure you eat healthy. Make your own probiotics. See? Go to that Goldback Gorillas DM, Deacon Bukar Malak. Make sure you go to lionbornfashionhub.com, or you can DM Elder Rawchaa. Because I right now my mind all over the place. I don't remember the lionborntees.com. That's what it is. lionborntees.com. Bless you all. Stay in shape. And get some more of this Bishop Kodar homeopathic oils. Because let me tell you, that frankincense and myrrh he got, I need myrrh. I mean more. Yeah. So, anyway. Y'all know I'm clowning around, joking around. But seriously, let us take a call to action. And I'm going to tell you, that frankincense and myrrh, boy, be having me right like a kite in the wind blowing to the east. I'm telling you. It is real in the field. So, bless all my elders, my deacons, my officers, the kings and the queens of the earth. Very great to see you guys at Passover. First fruits is upon us. It's coming. Hey, I hope y'all ready for the times to come. Let's get it. Shalom. Brother AC, thank you for taking your time out to get your brother together today. It's only going to get better. Stay tuned for that interview with the rapper, the MC, the rapper. Yeah, no, not rapper. Taking it back to MC. Rapper is easy. Anybody can be a rapper, but we're taking it to one of the MCs, Elder Rawchaa, and we're gonna have some special to come with that. And y'all gonna see me live in the gym, and hopefully I can do a Wi-Fi live where I'm showing you live what to do. I'm not giving every jewel away. I promise you that. You're going to have to pay for something for me and my family that I worked hard to get and obtain. I'm saying that because, thank you, Elder Rawchaa. And speaking of Elder Rawchaa, most people like Elder Rawchaa was lifting 315 pounds at 165 pounds. Same I was. Most people cannot even, that's above average to even be able to lift 315. Do you have to? No. So we're not special because we can do it. But what am I saying and why am I saying it? He used to be, let me tell you, pretty much a professional bodybuilder. He didn't curl 225. I didn't curl 225. I've curled 225 pounds at 178 pounds. So I can teach you something someone else can't teach you just with a piece of paper. Can I go to school for the piece of paper? Yes, but I don't need it. I'm just telling you the truth. I've been doing it successfully for enough years. And when it comes to me taking a break, I know how to get back into it, how to do it, how to stop. I can get you sore with bands, with body weight, with weight, and to make you last. The most important thing is to last. It's not to walk around like a robot like this, and then when it's time to swing a punch, you can't even move. So you have to do a lot of everything. And so we will specify things for certain body types, certain lifestyles, certain schedules. So when we tell you that's what we pay, if you hit up Elder Rawchaa, I'm sure he's charging the same thing because he did it professionally. and we're busy. I'm charging the same thing. But I'm going to get you right. But it's only if you listen. Christ said, I can heal you, but that's according to your faith. So it's just what it is. Man, we got a lot of things coming. Oh boy, I can't put everything out there. Just wait and see. The kids is coming out with more cartoons. It's a lot of things to come out. And I pray that you guys bring your gift, bring your brick, so that we can all become that network and that community, not for ourselves, for Christ, for the Most High, and our families. Love you all. Let's get it. I don't care if you're in an apartment. I don't care if you're in a shack. I don't care if you only got a windowsill. I was growing sprouts on my windowsill when I didn't have my land. So this is the thing. Any situation, I made it happen. I made the best of it. Let's do it. And if the Most High see you doing something with a little, what did we read today? He's going to make you blessed with more. So if you're not doing that with a little, don't expect to be blessed with more. Bless you all. I love y'all. Enjoy your wife. Enjoy your husband. Enjoy your children. Enjoy your friendship with whatever family while the days are upon us.